Wait, just FYI, this is gonna be a difficult one for me. Just bear with me.
I already clicked start.
Oh! Spoiler alert! Welcome back to another glorious session of the Gilded Dice, where these fine adventurers ruin everything for this DM of yours in this old King's Thunder. So, it's been what, 2 weeks since we last played?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Trying to remember what happened. Yes, so last time you guys defeated a abominable yeti, and upon killing it and its kin, it let out an abominable shout, cry into the mountains, which caused an avalanche. The avalanche tore down the mountainside while the rest of you raced towards the Eye of the Allfather. But you got swept up in the snow and the rubble and taken out. And Cortion, unfortunately, kicked the bucket a little too soon. However, Lucius, groaning and a little pissed, clutched with a spell scroll, a special spell scroll he got from Zentarum to save Cortion's life. And they made their way to the Eye of the Allfather, a shrine up in the spine of the worlds. You guys crossed through the causeway into the shrine itself, killed a bunch of Uthgard barbarians of the Grey Warden tribe, and then entered the shrine proper. A large statue of the Allfather Amon himself sits in the middle of this area, surrounded by the 6 lesser deities of each of the giant types. There was a large portal-like section of the wall to the east that had runes inlaid in it, with swirling kind of portally effects. And you guys decided to go have a little exploration as you headed north into what appeared to be some sort of hallway that contained rooms for pilgrims seeking seeking the Allfather at some point in their lives. And you triggered a trap, and that's where we stopped. That's where we ended. We ended with the doorways of these rooms, these archways, being sealed up by stone. And from the north, a large boulder begins to form out of the wall itself. And you stand in this hallway that is slowly slanted down to the south, where a giant statue stands there, a stone statue, with his hands propped up like this. And that is where we're going to start. So, what I need everyone to do is to roll initiative.
Great start.
Great.
No, Lucy.
I wasn't ready for this.
Uh,
Okay, finally.
Good thing I'm the farthest back.
And
How tall is that boulder?
just 1 second.
Yes, I shall wait a second.
Ooh, West, you are not. Wolverine, you are not the bottom.
Not.
Oh man,
Surprising.
Rogador.
I'm at the bottom of the hill.
Oh. Oh.
All right.
Guess at least accordion.
All right. As the archways seal up with stone, they crash into the ceiling of this area, sealing off the entrances to your west and to your east. And you all look to the north as you see this large boulder begin to form out of the northern wall, as if by some sort of magical power, the stone is shaping itself into a large boulder and plops down upon the hallway. Zaya, you're up. You watch as this boulder's unfolding.
Okay. How far is it from me? Like,
So usually these little these big squares are 20 feet, so the smaller ones are 10 feet.
how much did he move in so far?
It hasn't moved. It's kind of falling out of the wall. It's about 100.
Oh, okay.
It's about 150 feet-ish, 140 feet away from you. And the boulder itself is the size of the width of this hallway, which is 40 feet, so it's about 40 feet high as well.
Okay.
This doesn't look good.
No, but I'm looking if there's any actual thing to do to help. But I don't think invisibility will help. Sorry guys.
Anything you want to do, Zaya?
Well, yes. Thing is,
We've got about 6 seconds before
okay,
this boulder rolls down.
fine. Cause so basically, I see this boulder. It's like a huge, massive thing that takes up all the hallway,
Yeah.
and it's coming right at us, and it's going at a decent speed, I guess.
Yeah, because the hallway is slanted downwards, down towards you. There's space above it before it's the ceiling. There's lots of space above it.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna use my polymorph spell,
Okay.
but I need to P3+. Okay, sorry guys, it's been a long time I did this. Okay. I need. What's my maximum transforms? Or... I just want to know what's the CR rating, my max CR rating for this.
Let's see.
There's no CR rating? Possibly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what does he want to turn into? Just turn.
Something really, really big.
What about something that flies?
Is a Yeti an animal? I just saw that. I just saw that. I can totally do this. I saw it.
A Yeti is a monstrosity. It's not a
Ah, damn it. I can't do that.
large monstrosity.
I want an animal that's bigger than big.
Okay. In the meanwhile, Zaya does that. The boulder begins to roll downwards. It plops out. The giant crash onto the end of the hallway, and slowly just begins to pick up momentum. It rolls and rolls. As it keeps going, it gets faster and faster. It rolls about 100 feet. You'll see right in front of you, Lucius, as you guys, as it lands, using half its momentum to pop out of the wall, and slowly begins to pick up. And it gets faster and faster as it starts to roll down towards you.
One turn is 100 feet. Nobody could run that fast.
As one turn is 100 feet as it came out of the wall. It took some time to get out of the wall. It kind of like it was prone in the wall.
So we can knock it prone. It can be proned.
Yes, sure.
I'm gonna prone that boulder.
Cortion. You watch his.
So I've been thinking about this for a little while.
Okay.
I think I've got a plan.
Okay.
Distance-wise, how far am I away from Zaya?
You are 30 feet.
30 feet. And my speed is not fast.
Oh, are all these squares?
All the big squares are 20. The little ones are 10. You guys are 5. The arrows do work in this map, so you can use the ruler.
Trying to remember how to do that. How do you use the ruler?
Just on the left there, you'll see the little rule icon.
What was the website that you used? The Beasts.
Kobold Fight Club.
I feel like okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run to, and I point to Zaya, and I point her to the wall here.
Okay.
Which is a stone. It's like a slab of stone now.
Yeah, it's like you get the impression that having used the spell before, this sort of a stone-shaped spell. The stone itself from below has just grown and filled this area. So it's just like it's a wall of stone.
Lucius can dash, right? Everybody can run fast. That's an option.
Yeah, you
Use
can
your
always.
action to move your movement speed, like additional to your movement.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I point to Zaya, and I point to Lucius, and I point to this the door here that used to be open, and I say, get yourself to that door. And as I run towards it, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
And I'm casting called? Stone something. How do you?
Stone shape.
Stone shape.
Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
It ain't some magic bullshit door. It's gonna be, isn't it?
Between a rock and a hard place.
Well, let's see what stone shape. Let's see what stone shape can do, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Do it.
Shit, right. Okay. As you approach these doors, you get this arcanic presence from these entranceways. You get the sense that they were created from a spell, a sort of part of the trap, a wall of stone spell. What are you trying to do, Cortion? You're just gonna blast open a hole?
Yeah. So I want to cut. I can cut a 5 foot by 5 foot cube, as long as it's less than 5 feet thick. So I wanna like blow a hole in it that I can potentially get through.
Okay.
And get my boys through.
Okay.
This means that me and Rogadar have to run towards the boulder first before we can make our escape.
So I thought about it, and I feel like you guys can figure something. I don't know how to get everybody in there without us dying.
Well, Rogadar and Warbane, you look behind you, and where you came from seems to be unsealed. Cortion, the wall of stone spell does create a non-magical wall of stone. As you run towards it, there's no resistance, no arcanic resistance, as you blast a 5x5 hole into this wall, creating a sort of opening for the rest of your companions to dive through. Have you figured out what you want to...
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna. Okay, knowing I can just figure out what I'm gonna do myself. Well, I mean, what I originally had planned to do, I'm just gonna change. I mean, it doesn't make sense anymore.
Okay.
So can I just change what I
Sure,
planned to
yeah.
do?
So you watch as Cortion runs past you pointing. He blasts open a hole and dives through to the side room.
So, I'm gonna cast Polymorph on Rogadar.
Okay.
I'm gonna make him into like a flying owl,
Okay.
and then I guess like at this point I'll follow Cordion if I can. Otherwise, I'll just wait for my turn.
Alright, Rogadar.
Well, Rogadar not knowing what's happening, he tries to resist it.
Okay, go for it. Resist the spell. How does this polymorph resist work?
Or does it just happen?
Wisdom saving throw, I think.
Probably against her spell attack.
Yeah. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
You gotta go over these things first. Rogadar doesn't want to turn into a bird.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. What's your DC? Spell DC, Saya?
15.
I rolled a
It's
14.
what?
So you fail. I have 15.
You see little feathers start sprouting out of your arms, Rogadar, and you start just trying to bat them off.
Fly, Rogadar!
And no matter how hard you try, you fully... Next thing you know, you're batting your wings. You're a large, giant owl.
It's kind of cool because you can say Wolverine too now in theory.
Caw.
Nope. Rogadar's officially panicked. He doesn't know what to do.
Speaking of which, Wolverine, you watch all this transpire before you. You're the furthest one back.
Can I move or?
Oh, yeah, you can
thing,
move.
or-
So it'll take me at a dash speed 2 turns to get to this door, but also 2 turns to go here, and I'm heading in the opposite direction of the boulder. So I will dash 8.
Which way you going,
Sorry,
Wolverine?
Rogadar, I didn't know. I tried to save you. Please don't hate me.
So I'm a giant owl, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's
Well, I
look
guess-
up the character stats for that.
I don't know if there's even something. There must be.
I'm just hoofing it down the ramp. I should get a little more speed because I'm heading downhill.
Yeah. No, it's slippery, so since you're hucking it, you kind of lose your footing for a second and then steady
I
yourself.
should go faster then.
Oh, you want to fall down? Is that it? Be my guess. Wolverine, you just leg it as you hear the crunching of this boulder crashing through the rock and the ice behind you. Lucius, this rock is now right in front of you.
Alright, so just as I was glancing up and about to misty step over the boulder,
Yep.
I hear Cortion yelling to my left. I whip around and see the opening, and I just dash toward it.
All right, perfect.
Come here, Lucius.
Rogan, a giant owl, confused as hell. What do you do?
Fly, fly.
Well, hearing someone yell "fly," I try and figure out if I can fly. So I flap my arms.
You beat him as hard as you can.
And
transformation
you have
is
a
giving you
fly of
inherent
60
knowledge
feet.
of how to be that creature.
so with a fly of
Yo, so
60,
that means you can do 120 if you dash. Oh, that's
dash. I will
man.
start flying south and join Wolverine 120 feet down.
You're passing Wolverine.
You look up, and the ceiling is about 100 feet high. There's quite a bit of vertical distance.
Oh, you're gonna just float above it.
If you,
But I enjoy the company.
Nope,
Okay.
I'm definitely not flying above it.
you saw.
I can't move this thing. Bogardar's not the heights kind of guy. He's gonna
Alright.
stay to the ground.
You're gonna dash your whole movement speed.
Yeah.
Alright. You dash. Wolverine, as you're running, you're
And
huffing
I'm gonna
it.
use my action surge as well and just clear this tunnel.
All right. You just watch as this giant owl.
I could have action surged. Oh.
So I'm moving, dashing, and yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah,
Wow, that's cool.
you managed to just come swooping past Wolverine. Wolverine, you just see this giant owl. You know, just the local life is just trying to escape this boulder. Who knows? But this owl just passes right past.
As he flies by, I think to myself, I'll make you jerky later.
Zaya, you dodge in there, and Lucius is now behind you, and Korkion's there. Anything you need to do?
I'm gonna inspire Cortion,
Okay. You inspire him.
and I'll play my little pan flute, and wait.
Well. The boulder continues to pick up. The three of you inside this chamber. The boulder just rolls right past you, just as you dodged into the nick of time. And the boulder rolls, picks up some speed and rolls. Crap! It's all wrong!
What?
Yep. It comes rushing towards you, Wolverine. Just picking up speed and rolling faster and faster. It is now.
How fast is it?
It went on 200 feet? 220 feet?
What?
As it rolls down, it's right behind you, Wolverine. Cortion, anything you need to do in that little room of yours?
Yeah, I think I'll we're all pretty healthy in here. We're all doing all right. Maybe I'll in return for the pan flute, I bless in thanks, Zaya.
Thanks.
All right, perfect.
Bless is
I'll-
up to like 3 targets, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember how upset that made you, and and I'm gonna. I look over at Zaya and I bless, and I turn to you and I'm like,
Bless.
There's my
Bless.
blessings.
Count them. All right, Wolverine. Your friends are nowhere to be seen. You are running for your life. Boulder is hot on your tail.
I'm going to dash 80 feet to here, and then I'm going to action surge,
All right.
dash over to here.
All right. Just in the nick of time, as the boulder comes crashing down behind you, and it slams into the stone giant statue's hands. At which point, the stone giant you hear is one leg pick up, the other leg leave the pedestal as well. And the stone giant just slowly begins to push the boulder back up,
Oh my.
taking one step at a time, going
Oh,
very, very
man.
slowly. It just begins to push the boulder back up and up the hallway.
Is it a stone giant or is it a statue come to life?
It's a statue of the stone. The statue of the stone giant has come to life.
So it's
Like,
it
is it still
become
stone?
it has become animated. Sorry, the statue is animated as it's now pushing it up like that Greek dude, whatever his name is pushing the boulder up the mountain.
Icarus.
I'm
Icarus.
gonna
Yeah, that one.
follow him. That's not Icarus.
I would like to fly
no,
up
you're
ahead
right.
Icarus
and
flew to
take
the
a look
sun.
and see if there's anything behind where the boulder came out of.
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna follow the boulder's ascent
All right.
until I get to everyone else.
All right. The giant, the statue looks at you and just steps aside, and you just, no, just kidding. Yeah, you follow, you fly up north, Rogadar. To the north, you see there's anything special with the wall. Aside from some arcanic presence that's obviously coming from that wall itself, the wall is still solidly flat. There's no hole or chunk that has been actually removed. It's like the boulder was formed out of the wall. There's nothing that appears to be there.
Okay. Well, then I slowly start to enjoy this flying business more, and I just, fly loops in the air.
You've learned that whole new what it means to be a dragonborn, or a dragon. Eventually, the stone statue pushes the boulder up against the wall at the end to the north. Hey, I can see Lucius now, and he pushes the boulder right through the wall. The wall absorbs the stone, and it sucks it in. The boulder's no more. And then the stone giant makes a slow descent back to his position, where he now stands again, with his hands out ready to go. And you guys have successfully evaded the trap. Congratulations.
Yes, but how will we avoid triggering it again?
You get the sense that the arcanic presence has been diminished. As soon as you put the stone back in the wall, the wall of stone that covered all the different doorways also subsides, and kind of like the magic presence dwindles for a bit. You get the sense that the trap will likely not trigger again for some time.
Let's not go back up towards that boulder.
Rogue,
Guys,
I'll give
I
you
have
control.
to take an important call. I will be back in a few moments.
Copy that.
What's it called? Like he's calling his deity?
His deity.
Yeah.
Deity?
Rogue, I'll give you control.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Has anyone else noticed that little side path inside one of the rooms? Are the doors open again?
Yeah, all the doors have opened up. The wall of stone have subsided.
So, did anyone notice there's a little like space inside one of those rooms there?
I did notice something as I was walking up.
I'm kind of curious to
It's like a little
go
pathway.
investigate.
Yes, I saw it too. I would like to investigate myself.
Off we go!
All right. And Roganar, you guys exit as you see a fluttering owl doing loops in the air.
Oh, that's my friend!
I would actually like to be looking at those two tunnels up top.
Sure.
Can I see if Rogodar can pick me up, actually? After, I guess?
Sure.
Is he giant? Is he huge?
He is a large beast.
So you can for sure pick me up, and someone else, but...
Yeah, okay, Roganar, you look into the rooms. They're much like the rooms all the rooms. They're very quaint. Obviously, little areas for rest, temple quarters. But you do notice in one of the rooms to the west, there appears to be some, a sack of belongings that were discarded at some points long ago.
Oh, I will fly in there or waddle my way through the doorway,
You land and walk in there.
and then open it up with my talons or claws. Talons.
But do chickens have large talons? All right. Look through. There seems to be, some discarded objects, weapons, or you're not really sure because we're gonna roll on the DM's table. All right, Rognar, you've uncovered this. I'll let you roll.
What do I roll?
A D100. This is the fun part, guys. 48.
48.
But he can't pick up anything because he's an owl.
You find there's this kind of vial of a potion of sorts. Not one that you have seen on this adventure thus far. It has a sort of it's a red liquid,
I hear weird music.
and it plays a little tune as you swirl it. The potion it's liquid, and there's like these tiny little beads within it that kind of expand and shrink, constantly just moving back and forth. As you shake the bottle, the beads still begin to contract and expand slowly.
That would be a very fun sight, seeing me shake that vial with
Yeah.
my foot.
Roll another. Give me another one.
Oh, another one. Okay.
Give me another one, brah.
76.
Ooh. All right. Amongst them, you find out also a sort of pouch. It's a pouch that contains some sort of contents.
Man, Rogodar. Better tell me about this
It's small packets. You kind of pull back a little string with your talons, and you see that there's dust within it. Sort of strange little dust.
Does it look like the pixie dust that Rogadar has?
Similar to that, but it's more gray, blackish. It's got little black speckles in it. It appears to be.
What is it?
It's well.
What is it?
It's basic. I was just gonna say what it is. You can look it up, but it's called dust of dryness. So you can look up Rogadar what that does.
It sounds so much less fancy.
But there is a larger item in this bag, Rogadar. Aside from the potion and this satchel of dust of dryness, I need you to make a real good D100 roll.
Ah!
81.
Oh, that's not fun. But we'll avoid that. As you search around, there seems to be a large staff.
There's a deck of cards.
It's a large staff.
Yo,
So
a
this-
wizard,
so this
Harry.
does. It's a quarterstaff. It has some magical properties to it for sure. It's very elegant. It's made of really nice wood, white wood that kind of weaves and bends gently. It has this nice sort of charismatic, charming look to it. Let me see if I actually have a picture of it.
I shall describe it as looks charming.
Perfect. That's exactly all I need to do. Let's see if I have a picture of it actually.
Who is this
Yeah,
staff?
I don't
No
know.
one. None of us. Bang.
I might. I just can't recall.
Let's see if there's a picture of it. Oh, there is.
Several of us can probably use a staff.
Actually, it has a yeah. I'll show you a picture later, but it's a very very charming staff. And finally, one more Rogadar.
Wow.
Damn, that's such a good
86.
Oh, that was close to the other one.
You find another staff.
Yeah, you know what?
It
Roll
looks
that again.
identical.
Let's. We're gonna knock on another staff. Give me another roll.
Like
Oh no.
Unless you guys want another staff.
37.
Oh, this is not good. Oh no! What have we done? We've gone through the sun.
It's another
Oh
boulder.
no! What have we done?
Does Rogadar die?
No, I mean.
What have you done? What have you done?
Aside from the staff, you pull out this little. It's a figurine about this big. It almost looks like on a chessboard, a rook piece. It's a four-sided tower that has arrow slits and a small little door. Perched up in the corners of them are little stone griffins that arch outwards. You're not really sure what it is, but there's a strong arcanic presence coming from it, to say the least.
So it looks like a miniature tower.
Yeah, like a little rook tower, almost like a square four-sided tower.
Cool. And that's all that I find in the bag.
Yes.
Awesome. I very awkwardly place everything back into the bag,
Okay.
and then I start dragging it into the hallway.
All right, as you guys are contemplating the room to this west, you see this owl just having a hard time dragging this bag out of this room. Just
I pull my arms out like, what'd you get me?
you hear a squawk in return.
It's okay.
I'm not squawking. I'm sorry.
I want to take a look at what they've got, and I just want to like take a peek.
Yeah, man. I want
So-
to.
Yeah, I fly the bag down because that's easier than dragging
Can
it.
you just repeat? So there's this.
And before I give Zaya the bag, I sort of look at myself, look at her, look at myself, look at her.
You get the sense that you get the sense that he's trying to tell you something.
Oh, you don't like being an owl? Okay, I dispel it.
All right, and Rogadar comes back too.
Look, you gotta admit though, it was pretty cool.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I
I'd
thought
like to
you-
stay
you
like that
looked really
forever,
cool.
though.
No, I know. Don't worry. I would never leave you like that forever.
I ask if was there scales under those feathers?
I did not take the time to look. I couldn't really look. It would have been awkward.
But Rogadar, is it okay if I do it again sometime? I'm not necessarily an owl. You can tell me what you like. And
Maybe some heads up next time, but
Okay.
sure.
well, I mean, I didn't want you to get crushed or anything.
All right, so you guys look at the contents of the bag, and you see the staff, a very charming-looking staff, a couple potions of sorts, red potion, a satchel of dust that when you touch it, makes your skin feel dry, and a what was it? A weird-looking contraption,
I wanna.
a square tower.
Can I? Rogadar, do you want me to observe this tower of some sort?
Sure, I'll hand you the tower. I would like to look at the staff some more.
And do you want me to also hold on to the potions?
Yeah, I'm fine. Anyone else want a potion that we don't know what it does?
Can
I'll have
I
the-
just
I'll
see
have
the
the
potion?
dry-
Can you?
The dry
do we
potion.
hear the potion?
The potion you can just sip it if you want to discern its contents.
Oh.
Yeah. I hand the bag of grey dust to Wolverine.
All right, so look up Wolverine on the SRD. It's the dust of dryness.
Dust of dryness. How
So-
many uses?
You'll see. And you hand the potion to Cortsion, I presume?
Yeah.
Are you gonna sip it, Cortsion? You can sip it. It won't take the effect unless it's deadly or poisonous. But you can sip it to kind of discern its properties, if you wish.
Yeah, let's do that. I swirl it and make it jingle a little bit.
Yeah.
And then,
You see the
take
little
a little-
bubbles.
Wine
All right.
Take a little sip.
Take a little sip, and even just a slight little sip, you kind of feel your body go a little weird for a second. A part of you, you're not really sure. Well, you don't really want to say it, but grows just a little bigger.
What? What have we found?
You discern that you found a potion of growth.
Nice.
That's not a thing.
When you drink this potion, you gain the effects of the enlarged spell
I'll be right back.
for 1d4 hours,
Yeah, all right.
I
Or-
also read that.
or reduced spell. It's
yeah.
it's that spell.
I take a
sorry,
sip
Taylor.
and then I look around, make sure nobody saw. I feel like I just blush and I just like, oh.
Yeah, like you realize you probably should wear like baggier pants next time, just in case.
And the chainmail is a little restrictive.
So, Lucius and Wolverine kind of look around for a bit. What do the rest of you guys do?
Let's just take a peep at that staff. Is there anything cool on it, written on it?
Yeah. Okay. I actually had a better description of. Let's see if I have it.
Let's peep it.
How balanced is the staff we're using?
Well, let's see. So I'm going to retract what the appearance of it was because it does have a picture of it in the book. Just grab it here real quick. So it's a kind of a golden staff, very straight, but it comes to a point with like a sort of cross at the top. It's inlaid with some, nice intricate green and reds. The staff itself, it's a quarter staff. Doesn't seem to be too much one for fighting. Where are you? Here you are. You when looking at this staff, you get this, your eyes are kind of drawn to it. You feel this you feel just drawn by its beauty and its charmingness. You could smack someone with it, but you feel that it's just too pretty to use as a weapon of attack. More of perhaps its magical properties.
Debate against that one. I'd smack someone with the staff.
Absolutely. It's still got sharp points to it, but it was obviously made to be not bashed around by the looks of it.
Wonder, can anybody make anything of this?
You can use a short rest to identify magic items, or you can use an identify spell if you have one.
Okay.
All right. So
Let's.
the stone
So
giant
let's
has
toss the staff and the rook piece into the bag of holding,
Yeah.
and then we can check them out later.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I put the pyramid and the staff in it.
Perfect. It's
What
not a
about the
pyramid.
potion?
It's not a
I look
pyramid,
at
right?
Cortillon.
No, it's a tower. like a 4-sided rook tower.
Yeah, I can't hold this. Can you hold on to that?
Absolutely. So, potion of enlarge,
Potion of growth,
potion of growth.
which allows for the enlarge spell on yourself.
That's what I'm calling it. Potion of growth.
No, that's what it's called. That's legit what it's called.
I know, but nobody would know that.
All right.
And what do I write? Just
I give
tower?
y'all a wink.
Call it, call it the, call it Fortress Tower. I guess that's what it kind of looks like.
And
And you guys can use short rests to discern those properties there.
staff of
Staff of unidentified means. You can use a short rest. Golden Staff of Beauty.
golden staff of beauty.
Yeah, because you guys don't know what it is yet.
Okay, well,
So I'll leave the description up to you. All right. So what do you guys do?
I want
Check out
to
the
head
tunnel.
in that tunnel.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys have control.
Oh, well then I will start walking past
Alright.
these guys that are stalling. Stop stalling, guys! I'll just walk.
Perfect.
I'm keeping my eye on Lucius, making sure we don't get too far from him.
Yeah, Lucius and Wolverine are following behind you, but they're kind of
They're gonna guard the door.
Yeah.
For now.
Lucius is a little kind of cautious now that the trap has been activated. All right, as you guys enter this tunnel, you see that it narrows down to about 5 to 7 feet. It gets a little tight. You know, you're used, having been in this temple for a bit, you're used to seeing big things. Now you're kind of being pressed down into a small tunnel, like back in the day when you were in Nightstone and going through the dripping caves, sort of thing.
It's like home.
As you enter the caves, you feel the cold draft of frigid air blowing through these tunnels from somewhere from beyond, clearly from outside the mountain. Ice just coats the inside of these walls. Do you proceed?
So this-
Yes.
It seems to be like a crack in the side of the wall that leads
Yeah.
to a natural formation inside the mountain.
Seems like it might be exposed to the outside. Maybe.
You listen, you can kind of, you hear this soft howling from beyond somewhere, so perhaps there might be an opening somewhere.
How does it look? Does it look safe? Does it look like it's
It
about
looks-
to fall?
It looks
Over
icy, it
us?
looks natural, it looks frozen. The ice definitely holds back any of the rubble or rock that reside in this part of the mountain. So, if you guys go through, put yourself in a marching order.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay near the back.
Rogadar, do you want to go front or do you
Yeah,
want
I'll go front.
to go? Okay, I'll follow right behind you.
All right, remember you can hold Alt to just place yourself freely.
Yeah. I default always to control for some reason.
Yeah, I know, me too. Ah!
I just
All
gotta
right.
take something out of the oven. Give me 1 sec.
It'd be worth it.
He's taking pizza out of the oven. Let's
Yeah.
start guessing.
I wish.
It's a salad, obviously, in the oven. I mean,
Salad in the oven. All right, you guys make your way across, kind of through the tunnel. It's dark, it's cold.
I cast light.
Yeah, you illuminate the tunnel so you can see where you're going. As you continue making your way through, you start to see sort of these thick, icy-like webs begin to coat the walls. The deeper you go in, the thicker it gets. It glistens with ice, but these ice particles stick and cling to the webs themselves, almost like it's made out of ice, thin strands of ice. There's definitely a strong presence of spider-like creatures deep within. And
I want
you
to
are
keep my
walking
eyes
towards
out
it.
any creatures around.
Sure, make a perception check.
Perception.
So, as we come across this, turning to the group, do we want to face any spiders in this confined space?
The sudden claustrophobia
Nope.
is kind of pushing into you.
Yeah,
You see
I
that.
didn't think so either.
All right, as everyone else is distracted, you have the lead role.
Are
Oh.
we turning back? Is that what it means?
I don't really feel like fighting a bunch of things in a small space.
But what if there's something great in the end? Never mind, I don't want to do this either.
I mean, we just found a bunch of magical items.
Maybe we could get. Can you polymorph somebody into something really small and then spy in there?
I can send my snake forward.
Oh yeah.
I can still polymorph someone as well. If you want
If
to
you get a snake and then you can save polymorph for
That's true.
spell slot for something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So I send coils up ahead.
All right.
And I think I recall this snake, but I don't know if I was dead at the time.
You were dead at the time.
Yeah, I want to ask about the snake. Maybe now's not the time, but I want you to tell me about it.
Next time we have our training session,
Now
I'll
that
tell you
we're
about my
warmer,
pet snake.
Now that we're warmer, I'll definitely take you up on it.
Does Coils have night vision?
Yeah. He has... Hold up, just let me pull up exactly.
And what's his passive perception?
We
Give
got
me a second. I do not have...
So after we found the potion, we just walked through the tunnel.
Yep, there's a potion, there's staff, there's a
I have
fortress
all
thing.
of it.
And now they're going to the tunnel, and as they approach further down into the tunnel, Wolverbane, there's clearly webs everywhere, made of like thin strands of ice, just coat this walls, the icy walls now. And as you get deeper in, it gets more prominent. So Rognar is going to send Coils forward to kind of scout out, because they don't feel like fighting spiders in this tight, confined space.
So blind sight 10 feet.
Okay.
But then just regular vision beyond that.
Blind sight 10 feet. So not dark vision, just blind sight.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, but I mean it's a narrow narrow tunnel, right?
All right,
So he'll
Coils.
fly 5 feet off the ground. He can see.
All right. All right. So Coils, you focus your attention, your power to Coils. The Coils flies forward, precariously, sometimes bumping into sharp, jutting out pieces of ice that are just in his way. But he slithers around and flies around, coming to kind of a branch in the path, going north and south. He does catch a kind of a sense of creatures skittering on the walls as he flies back. A large creature kind of runs past, and then he feels another one from his left, kind of as his presence now kind of has brought some attention as he snags pieces of webbing that he's flying through and tugging at these ice cold strands. It's definitely causing some sort of stir.
Nice spiders.
So the group, there are definitely creatures in here, and Coils is getting a sense that they're around him.
Okay, I don't like it. Let's turn around.
Where else do we have to go? There's no
Back?
other doors
Where
anywhere.
Well,
we
we
can
can come here for what we actually came here to do.
There's a whole temple before you, Wolverbane, as you guys recall. You have the map.
But this is just so interesting. Then we have torches, though. Light some torches and melt some of this stuff.
Your call. What do you guys do? Lucius, being Lucius, says, I don't want to waste any time. Much more time than we need to here. I'm cold. We come here for a job. I'm with Roger on this. I don't want to be fighting those spiders in such a confined space. We don't have any tactical advantage here.
And we haven't short rested since our last fight, so some
We are-
people don't have spells.
This is
We are
true.
fairly.
So Lucius would probably be very not against this.
We should probably rest at some point. Very soon.
Well, perhaps we should head back then, says Lucius.
Okay, we're all waiting. We're stuck in behind you. Just get going.
He looks to the rest of the party for some confirmation
Yeah.
that this is what the party wants to do.
I said so. It's
All right.
enough confirmation.
As Lucius is in the back in the pack, he begins to head back and leads you guys back.
Thanks.
All right. You find yourself back in the hallway. What do you guys do?
Short
Well,
rest time.
I think we should
Yeah.
walk back to join our giant friend.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. All right. You walk back into the main chamber, the main hallway, passing by the staircase that lead up to a second floor, and back into the main hall. Where do you see Harshnag now? He's standing there, kind of admiring the deity of the frost giants. He's kind of walking around, and you see him. He's just looking. You know Harshnag, having spent some time with him thus far. a giant of few words, not very religious, but is clearly taken aback by this whole scene, this whole area. Something has like touched him almost. He's in awe of being in the presence of his deity. He doesn't pay too much attention to you yet.
Shouldn't disturb him too much.
Rognar is going to disturb him. Rognar walks over. Harshnag, are you ready to go and see the oracle?
He looks at you and says, "If you are ready, I am too."
Well, I think we can still wait until we look at these objects.
Oh, right. Yes, we definitely have to look around here for a little bit.
Sorry, Harshnag. I told him not to disturb you.
And wait for one of our players to come back.
He just nods and heads on over and looks at another of the deities. And just kind of looks up at it.
I'm gonna take a look at the tower while we short rest.
Okay, so you guys gonna take a short rest?
Oh, does anyone want to take a look at the staff too, or you want me to do it? I don't know.
I'll do the staff.
Scott?
Yeah.
Rogadar? Sorry,
Sure.
I didn't know who's. Okay, so I give the staff back to
All right. So
a short rest.
you guys take a short rest. 1 hour, just catch your breath. Rogadar, you have in your hands a little staff of sorts. Let me see if I have a handout for this.
So someone has the vial and that pouch in their inventory, right?
I have the potion.
Okay.
Is the,
Wolverine, do you have the pouch in your inventory?
I do.
Okay, cool.
The potion of dryness?
It's not. It's dust of dryness. Not
Dust of
potion.
dryness. Yes, I have it. For recovering hit points with hidden dice, it's just the dice. Is there a modifier to it?
Constitution.
Constitution? Okay.
All right. So while you guys rest, Rogadar, you look at this staff, and you discern after some time that it is indeed a very charming staff. It is a staff of charming. It's a staff that requires attunement by a cleric, a bard, a druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. While holding the staff, you can use an action to expend one of its 10 charges to cast Charm Person, Command, or Comprehend languages. Staff can also be used as a magic quarter staff. If you're holding the staff and fail a saving throw against it that targets only you, you can turn your failed save to success.
Oh, wow.
You can't use this property of the staff again until if you succeed a save
10
against it,
charms until a long rest?
this fail to success can only use once per dawn. If you succeed on a save against an enchantment spell that targets only you, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge from the spell and turn it back against the caster. So you can look that up in the SRD. Look up Staff of Charming for the full details. It has some additional
Who
information.
can use it? Cleric, bards, and
Bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards.
Any spellcaster can use it.
Essentially, yeah. And then it has some details on how many charges it gets back daily. So whoever uses that, look at the SRD for the notes.
So that might be. Oh, and you said Bard can use it too?
yeah.
Cool.
Did you have a picture of it? Or-
I did not. It doesn't have it in here.
Okay.
So, all right, Zaya.
My tower!
You
Fortress
hold on to it.
tower.
Interesting tower. Very interesting object, to say the least.
Is it? Wait, hold on. For the Staff of Charming, is it 10 charges in total forever?
Take a look at the SRD. You'll see the full notes there.
What's the SRD?
Go to your roll 20. Go to the eye icon. Yes, type in Staff of Charming,
Oh, okay.
and I'll give you all the details there. But Zaya, as you are there communing with your item, you've Worldguard's found something very particularly interesting. What he has procured is something called Dairn's Instant Fortress. You can use one action to place this 1-inch metal cube. Sorry, it's 1 inch, but we're gonna say you can use an action to place this tower on the ground and speak a command word. The cube rapidly grows into a fortress that remains until you use an action to speak the command word that dismisses it, which only works if the fortress is empty. The fortress is a squared tower, 20 feet on a side and 30 feet high, with arrow slits on all sides and a battlement on top. Its interior is divided into 2 floors with a ladder running along one wall to connect them. The ladder ends at a trapdoor leading to the roof, and when activated, the tower has a small door on the side facing you. The door only opens at your command, which you can speak as a bonus action. It's immune to the knock spell and similar spells, such as the Chime of Opening. And it goes into further details about how it comes to and how much hit points it has. But essentially, this little tower, if you place it on the ground and call its command word, will create a fortress tower of 20 feet high, or 30 feet high, that you guys can hide in and fight out of if you wish.
Or sleep in.
That's awesome.
Dang, that is an awesome thing.
And that's what Rognar has procured out of that section. Good job.
What is it called?
Darren's Instant Fortress. It's called Daern.
Wait, like Darren, our boy Darren?
Oh no, it's not his fortress, I hope.
And his fortress?
If you look up, just look up Instant Fortress on the SRD and you'll see.
Yeah.
So those are the details of what you have.
I don't find it, but I tell them.
That's so useful.
Instant.
That is awesome.
That is pretty cool. All right, so you had your short
by
rest.
the way, who wants the Staff of Charming? Spellcasters, anyone?
Lucius's eyes light up at the thought.
Yeah. I could see it going. Well, I guess there's only 3 options here.
I don't mind passing. I have a lot of stuff already.
Lucius will take a Staff of Charming.
Done.
Because like I don't even
Charm
know.
away, my good friend. Charm away.
Because if I use my pan flutes as my whatever material, I have to. I don't even know if I can hold this that and that.
Lucius, it does require attunements. So.
Noted.
Great.
We're taking
Did
a
you-
short rest right now.
Did you hear?
But it
what
took
it's
them a
called?
short rest to discern its
Identify
properties. Yeah. All right. So you do have doors to the south, and you have the portal illuminating to the east.
Do I know what the command word is for the?
Sorry.
this
The
fortress?
command word will be whatever you choose to be for the first time you use it.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, you guys went down the tunnel, but then decided to turn back.
Yes. So as a
Ice
Spiders.
there's definitely ice spiders. It was covered in icy webs, just everywhere. He sent coils down, and there was definitely spider presence. And
And
Lucius,
ice spiders are dangerous.
well, Lucius, you didn't want to waste time in doing something that you weren't here for, so you urged the
I
party
see.
backwards.
Cool.
And Rogadard wasn't feeling very safe being the front.
He is
All right.
a tunnel fighter. He should have felt the safest.
Yeah. All right. So short rest complete. What do you guys do?
Is Harshnag look like he's done his?
Harshnag looks like he's ready to go. He's just doing his thing. He's very solemn right now, but he's ready to go if you guys are into
Do
the
you guys
portal.
want to do any more exploring? You want that portal? Yeah.
I
I'm
wanted
down.
to keep going down the spider tunnel.
No.
They're
You
just
did.
spiders. Put Rogadar at the front. He'll like kill them all before they even get to us.
I mean, I kind of want to go through this portal, saying that is Rogadar.
Portal's always going to be here.
You watch it
Spiders
flicker. All right. What do you guys do?
Well, did you want to? I asked when we first arrived, and I'll ask again. Do you want to explore the side passages first, or head on to the main event?
I mean, we explored all the north one. Is there any other one?
We go up the stairs to the second floor.
There are 2 doors to the south.
Oh, right. Sure. I'm okay
Let's
with
just
that.
take a peek.
As well as
Yeah,
the,
take a peek. I'm just curious to see. Like, what if it's like a treasure room or like
Famous last words.
an offerings room?
There were also the balconies, which we could not see the top of on our way in.
It's true too.
So many things.
All right. So what shall it be?
Well,
Upstairs, balconies, doors, portal,
the south.
south. All right. Zaya decides we're going south, and she begins to head towards the doors to the south. Again, these are covered in ice. Doors have not been opened in many, many years. You call over to Harshnag, who kind of snaps out for a second, and he heads to the south doors as well. To prepare to smash them open for you.
Thanks, Harshnag.
He kind of looks at you and says, "What one would you prefer? The left or the right?"
The closest one.
All right, and he just puts his shoulder down and rams to the door, shattering the ice and swing the doors open.
Oh, they're connected.
Of course. Pointless. It's pointless.
Is it a cafeteria?
Yeah.
Are they tables?
You guys enter, so I'll move everyone for you, into what appears to be some sort of how would you call it? Feast hall.
Nice.
These double doors lead into a room, a very large room, with a large fire pit in the center. Let me actually give you some more view. The large fire pit in the center that's just burning with this large fire that just illuminates this room. The room feels a little more warmer. There's less ice in here, as this pit is just ablaze. Just you see about six pillars that shoot up in this room that hold the ceiling aloft.
So this fire is just like raging by itself.
Yeah.
It's just hardcore raging. You also, what appeared to be tables that line the room with large kind of slabs center. Piled up on these slabs, you notice, are kind of plateware. Just plates, cups, goblets. It appears to be a feast hall of sorts that hasn't been used in much time. These plates have gone a little green from age.
Oh, I got Cortian's can. I see.
Does it look like it's an arcane fire, or does it a magical fire?
From here, it looks like just a fire. What you can tell, it's you can feel the heat from here. It's bright. It's well lit. It's of color of fire. It's nothing. It's not green flames.
Could these fires have been burning for as long as this place has been empty?
I'm gonna take a better look at it when are we walking?
All right. So are you guys walking closer?
Move in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll move a step.
Cautiously.
Also, can we pass under the table?
Yeah, these are giant tables. You have no skirting between the chairs and the benches. All right.
So I walk under the first table.
You notice as you kind of get closer around Zaya, looking around, you notice sort of an alcove to the east. It bends around. It's hard for you to see from here, but there seems to be some sort of alcove.
Like around underneath here?
Where the map kind of opens up. The
So south? Or
To
here?
the east.
Oh, here. That area here.
yes.
Okay.
Also, Zaya, as you make your way past everyone else, you look far to the south, and you notice another table, and there's an object, some sort of, it's out of place because everything seems so neat and tidy here. Everything put away well. This feast hall well maintained. There's an object, a metal something that's leaning up against the table to the south. It's quite large.
What color?
Can you point it on the map?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's kind of a bluish object, bluish black object.
Okay.
Like a staff, like a
Like the
Like a
weapon
metal
that was
matches?
missing from the giant?
Rogar, you come up behind Zaya and you take a peek, and with that in mind, it kind of does look like a sort of great axe.
And
wanna
it's
know.
massive.
It's quite large.
I want a ninja roll under the table.
You get a ninja roll to the table. Okay. That's just that's a slab of stone. It's not a table.
Oh.
You kind of ninja roll and boom, boom, and you get knocked into it.
Whoops. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was a table. And I rolled to the other one, I guess.
All right, you roll up to that one. Perfect.
I would
Alright.
like to just walk straight south towards that great axe.
Okay.
Zaya's like dodging back and forth. The road is
All right. Great.
However long it takes me.
Cool. Rognar, you get about halfway to, get to the flame. You feel the flame, just licking up. It's just burning. It has this kind of gassy smell, natural smell to it, but it's just roaring. And you feel the heat. It feels great, having been traveling in these firs and these mountains for this time. Everyone else, kind of put yourself where you want to be at this point at which Rognar is.
I want to be here and I want to this.
Okay, perfect.
I wanna be close to Zaya and Lucius if I can be.
Who's just at the door?
Sorry,
gonna go with
what is
Rogadar.
Rogadar doing?
He's just walking right to the weapon that leans up against the south table.
So you're under the table too, Cortion, I guess?
Yeah. I think that would provide some cover.
And what's that thing in the middle?
It's a large roaring fire pit, a large pit.
No. The between the tables.
Oh, there's
Okay,
just like
boxes?
slabs of stone.
Are they like tombs or some sort?
No, you just get like they're like places where they placed food out,
Oh, okay.
kind of buffet style or
Okay.
or whatever they use of it. Their feast hall. All right,
I'm just gonna observe from further back.
great. So Rogadar, you're just beelining for the. You're just
Yeah,
walking.
I mean,
going-
I'm pausing to stand by the fire for a bit, but I keep walking.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna open this rest of this. Zaya, you're looking over to the alcove.
Uh-huh.
Make a perception check. Rognar, if you're looking around, feel free to make a perception check as well.
20.
Okay.
13.
The fire, Rognar, is kind of burning your eyes a little bit. It's making it hard, everything kind of around it to see past it. But it feels great.
The burning feels amazing.
Oh, it absolutely does. It's like it just makes you want to take that death pepper and squeeze in your eyeballs. Zaya, you look to the alcove and you see something that's kind of nesting there almost. And this is what I have. This is my gripe with this map.
Ah!
Oh.
Okay. Everyone, be quiet.
As
Everyone,
you
be quiet.
as you look at it, it's looking at you,
Oh man.
and it as you come down, look, it dashes out from its alcove and starts skirting towards you.
Okay, can I just have an idea? Like, is it like a monster? Is it like a shadow? An animal of some sort?
Yeah. Let me get to that real quick. I mean, give me more than 2 seconds to get through it.
But I was hiding under the table.
No, you're not hiding. This is what it looks like.
A dragonite?
Is that what I think it is?
It is what it is.
It's a minnow.
Stand by.
Oh
This-
no!
Oh, the other
I-
creature.
Oh, gross! It's a giant
It's this
tentacle.
icy scale, but the spikes on its back look like they're emanating heat as it opens up its wing-like exterior. It skirts towards you like a centipede, rapidly. Zaya. Brushing
so
towards
gross.
you. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no! Not initiative.
Spiders sound pretty good right about now.
Oh, I have such a good initiative roll. I'm rolling great initiative these days. Ever since we don't have that 10 in a row, I roll really good.
All right. Oh man, I rolled a 2. Great.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Who am I missing here? Cortian, if you select your character and then your token and then do the initiative roll, it'll actually put you in the initiative order. So I don't have to add you.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
just in the future.
Just learning one
You roll a
thing at
7?
Cool.
Cool. But let me get here as a dash towards Zaya.
I mean, I have initiative on the dash.
Surprise attack.
Although I perceived him, I did a perception check.
Yeah, you saw him coming at you.
Did I?
Versus it getting closer to you.
Great.
Otherwise, it would just sneak up onto you guys. Let me see here.
I did a ninja roll and it saw me and was
Yes, and we
walking
found
and didn't see
So
me.
that's my gripe about put him on the map, kind of restricting me to what I do with it, which annoys me a lot. But it comes towards Uzziah, and you hear its thousands of little legs clicking on the ice in the stonework. But Zaya, it's your turn, top of the order. You watch this
Okay,
thing
so-
run towards you.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast. I freak out and I'm gonna use pipes of soothing.
Okay, what was that again?
3 charges, DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or falls asleep.
I think we changed that a bit to be
Yeah,
stunned,
but-
right? It's a wisdom. Yeah.
Oh wait, so what did we change it for?
What's the saving throw?
Wait, if it's just a stun, then I'll do something.
Yeah, it's a stun.
Okay, so then I'm gonna use my shatters.
So what does this do?
So this does a loud ringing noise, and creatures in the sphere, the 10-foot radius of I aim at him, makes a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
against my spell DC 15.
Constitution saving throw? Perfect. Alright, Constitution saving throw.
Is it a creature made of inorganic material, stone, crystal, or metal?
No, it looks organic, like a huge monster, and it makes your saving throw.
So it takes half 13. Right? 6. 6 points of damage.
Alright. This huge booms, and now it turns all your guys' attention towards the east, where this blast happens. Now you guys are like able to see this creature.
13 wasn't a damage roll.
Oh, right. So what was that?
I don't know. It was like a roll to see if you hit for some reason.
Okay, so hold on then.
It's 3d8 damage though if it's the second level shatter.
Yeah. So I have to roll again then. So it's 11 points of damage. So that means it's 5.
5? Okay, sounds good. So you guys hear the blast. Anything else, Lucia?
I'm gonna do another inspiration of course.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
D8 14.
All right. Lucius. You can make out this creature.
Okay, so question. Because it's been a couple of weeks.
I know.
Oh, you guys took a short rest, by the way, in the other room.
Yeah. Hex. This is kind of a weird thing. So, like, my Hex lasts for 8 hours.
Yes.
We fought... oh, you know what? I didn't use Hex in the battle with the barbarians, though. Did I? I don't think I did. Because I used 2 fireballs. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on this creature.
All right.
And at this distance, you know, I'm not too worried. I just kind of hex it and start throwing Eldritch Blasts at it.
All right.
What's the range on Hex?
Oh, right. Hex is only 90 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will move 30 feet forward, and then I will cast Hex.
Cool.
All right.
Not to be nitpicky or anything.
No, that's cool. That's a good point.
So you moved to it there. All right. And shoot him with some blasts. Yeah, that hits. Both hit.
Both?
Yeah.
So 18, 21, 26 points of damage total.
Wow. Last call. And the bench, the table, and just blasts into this creature. It shrieks, but it continues forward on its 1,000 little legs. Cortion and Rogadar, you guys are up.
Cool. So I'm going to cast a Ray of Enfeeblement on him.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna blast this kid. Okay. See if my range is good. So the range is 60. Not gonna be good. So I need to get a little closer.
Yeah, just a few feet.
Okay.
About 10 feet.
I'm gonna move up. Probably not sit right next to Zaya. Sorry, I'm moving around some windows here. What does this count as? Yeah, okay. So I need to move a little bit further. I'll take it.
All right. So what does this do? What do you need?
Yeah, so here I can put the spell on the screen, I believe.
Alright.
Sorry, that's me casting it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I got this spell here. So this black beam of energy shoots out from death-like energy and smashes into this beast, hitting it,
Blasting it.
blasting it.
And
Space.
so yeah, you see that? On hit, the target deals only half damage with
Mhm.
weapon attacks. Oh shit, they use strength.
Yeah. You watch as the enfeeblement kind of wrap itself around its legs and its fangs, its head. It kind of just emanates from its body.
Its limbs are weapons, right?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. He's got 1,001 of those.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course.
And that's I think that's all I've got right now.
All right, Rogadar.
Okay. I am super far away from this thing. Super far away. Okay. I will start by. This map is so big, it's hard to tell.
You could use the ruler. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I will use dash to get there, then I will use my action. Okay. I'll use my action to move there. I'll use my movement to move, my action surge to dash, and then I'll cast a second level magic missile at the thing.
All right. As you're fumbling with your whatever you're doing, just running somehow, just keep running. You launch 3.
Well, like action surge, you can't cast a spell, so you know.
Right.
17 points of damage.
Wow, that was almost on perfect. As these magic missiles go flying out and just penetrate this guy's hide. 17 points of damage. All right, roll Bane.
I'm going to dash as far as I can go, right here, and then just be like, "Hey, ugly, over here!" That's all I do.
All right. All right. All right. Indeed, it does. It skitters out. It continues to run towards Zaya. It's going to make its Constitution saving throw to try to break the enfeeblement. 24.
Oh, man.
And I'm assuming that beats your
Can't hear you.
Sorry. Yes. It is 8 plus. Spell save is 8 plus proficiency and wisdom modifier. So proficiency is now 3. Where's it 4 now? Oh, lovely.
Still 3.
Still 3.
Okay, so so it's 11, 15? Yeah.
So the enfeeblement kind of washes away off its back, leaving a little pool of arcading black goo behind it, and it rushes towards Zaya. Zaya, it's your turn. You watch as this thing is now really close to you.
But it hasn't attacked me, so can I assume it's not in range still, or?
It's pretty close to you. He's pretty large. He could probably reach you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a. I'm gonna cast a dissonant whisper on it.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. $16.
Makes it.
All right.
So it takes another 5.
5 points of damage. All right.
Yes. And I'm gonna cast my spiritual weapon
Okay.
in front of it.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, right in front of me, I guess.
All right.
Or above. So, range.
Okay. Lucius.
Back away. 30 feet.
30 feet. Perfect. Anything else?
And I will fire 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast.
Perfect. Go for it.
Does 13 hit?
Does not. It hits its hide. The icy scales just penetrate it off. It bounces off, ricochet, shattering some of the beautiful stonework above. That clearly took a long time to make.
Okay,
No
the second
respect.
one hits. 20. The second one's 20 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
6 points of force, 5 points necrotic, so 11 total.
All right. Perfect. And Cortion and Rogadar.
Here we
Who
go.
wants to go first?
You went first last time. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm pointing at this guy, and I'm using Toll the Dead, which is one of my cantrips. And if he's taken damage, I get to do 2d12.
You just get to just do it?
The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw
Okay.
against my.
Which was, we just said it was 18 or something? Well, he rolled a 10, so he failed.
Baby.
Baby grill.
And out of it comes 2d12 plus anything. Yes. Sorry, I gotta ask. Do I always include my spell modifier?
Only if it specifies it.
Only if it says it. Okay. It does not. Okay.
It's called Toll of Dead?
Toll the Dead.
Toll. Like Toll?
Toll. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in Xanathar's.
That's cool. You hear this, you point your finger, you hear this kind of, this death bell just toll. Boom, boom. This creature begins to shudder, and you hear a couple of its spines break as it cringes at the sounds. Ugh, 17 points of damage. Great. Anything else?
Great. I'm going to. I'll scooch a little bit.
All right, scooch it.
Scooching.
Scoochy.
Get some surrounding on him.
All right, and Rogadar.
Okay, I'm going to dash up 60 to there,
Okay,
So, no, I'm gonna move a little bit more.
and he's 10 feet away from me, so that's good for me.
perfect.
That'd be it.
That's gonna be it. Wolverbane.
I'm just gonna run 40 feet right to here and recklessly bonusly I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna
Okay.
decide to recklessly attack it while raged with my great axe twice.
Perfect.
Natural 20.
Mmm.
Owie.
That.
So let's see what that is. 21 for the first hit.
Oh, jeez.
And 26 for the second hit. Oh, I was just one away from another natural.
26 for. Jeez.
That's not
Okay.
damage. That's not damage. It's
Oh. Ooh.
26 to hit.
Oh yes.
With 14 damage. 35 total, I think.
35.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. All right, that's brutal.
That's right.
You just start cleaving off chunks of its legs, and however, Wolverine, as you do, strike this creature, cleaving out chunks of it. Just although it kind of has this icy scale, just being in so close proximity of it, you feel the heat just burn through your skin, the flesh on your body. You take. Ooh. You take 10 points of fire damage as you strike.
Reduced to 5.
All right. At which point, it turns its attention towards Zaya. But Wolverine, you are kind of its prey right now. As you strike into it, turns its attention towards. Going for
this.
26 to hit.
Bring it.
As it comes down, it wraps itself around you and bites you, Wolverine. It does a total of 45 points of damage as it wraps itself around you and drives its fangs into you. You are now grappled by this creature.
Oh.
I'm gonna use spend one of my superiority dice to parry that. It's
Okay.
Uses a reaction as well. When the creature damages the melee attack, use a reaction spend dice to reduce damage by the number rolled. So. 8
What is this? What's this called?
My
Parry?
dex modifier.
It's parry.
It's
Parry.
a battle maneuver.
I don't have a dex modifier, so 2.
Okay.
So 43 halved. So I only get one reaction, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. It's not my turn. Reaction. I already used my reaction. Okay. Should use my other reaction. All right. 43 have 21.
21. Say 21.
21 damage.
Is Wolverine within 5 feet of me?
No, he's 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
5. Yeah, he's 10 feet. He's on the
So
top.
just weird scaling on the map.
Yeah. All right, Zaya. You watch now. Wolverine is grappled. He's been wrapped around by this large creature. Just pulling him in with his tiny little feet. Just everything grabbing him.
I'm gonna use my spiritual weapon on it
Okay.
first. 14 to hit.
The spiritual weapon drives, but doesn't seem.
Wait, do I have a... That's not the damage, that's 2 hit. But I have a, my pendant that adds...
It won't be
adds
enough.
plus- Oh.
It strikes the creature, but does nothing.
Okay then, so that was my bonus. I will also do a... There's no one else within... He's not within 5 feet of me.
No.
He's further ahead. Do a... Try another
Okay. Succeeds. Oh, well, 17. So succeeds. Sorry?
6 points of
Damage. Okay. Anything else?
No?
Alright, Lucius.
Same old, same old.
Alright. Second one hits. First one ricochets and almost hits Wolverine in the eye. That's why you never run and shoot Eldritch Splash boys and girls.
I wasn't running, I stayed in the same place. 11 points. 11 points of damage total.
Alright, perfect. Cortian and Rogadar.
Okay. I'm going to use aid and get
Okay.
everybody topped off a little bit.
Perfect.
I'm gonna move first to get myself in a good spot. I think that was a fine location. Sorry, I'm moving around. And here we go.
All right.
I'll do it at level. Do it at level 3. There we go. So it just bolsters everybody. Choose up to 3 targets within range. So that's going to be Wolf, Urbane, Rogadar, and Zaya. I think everybody's in range there. And everybody is gets a 10 HP and
Nice.
increases their max by 10.
Ooh.
Both? So I get.
You get 10 health and you get 10 to your max. Yeah,
You just put that on your temporary so you don't forget.
Does it
temporary.
my current hit point or no?
Yeah, if you're full, you get 10 additional points.
Do I add like 20? Like 10 to my hit points and 10 to my.
No, so if you were at 30 health, you're now at 40.
Okay. And if I go over my
Max
max,
is 50, put your
still
max
put it
60.
over my max?
Yes, so if you were at maximum 30 health points, you are now at maximum 40 for
Okay.
the duration.
Okay. So I'll split it temporary and.
Yes. Did you take damage?
I had taken damage.
Oh. Well, you're welcome. Glad I could help.
And Rogadar. Continue,
Okay.
say that. Anything else?
So just to spread ourselves out, I'm gonna move beside this beast and
Yeah.
attack him.
All right.
20,
That hits.
21,
That
and
hits.
14 with the butt end.
That doesn't hit. It cracks off the back.
Okay, 15 and 11,
26.
and that'd be it.
All right. Wolverbane.
All right, since since I'm grappled, but that just reduces my speed, and I'm right in his face anyways. I'm right exactly where I want to be.
Perfect. You
So-
take 9 points of fire damage. You feel your skin burning.
Cool.
Oh, do I take fire damage from attacking him?
You do
That
not.
was 9 reduced
Huh.
by half, so 4. Okay. And I will. I'm gonna recklessly attack twice.
Wait a minute.
Grapple just reduces speed.
No, I was gonna say like I forgot your recklessly attack. I thought I got natural advantage.
You hit me with 26, so we're good.
No,
Oh, you,
if it was natural 20, it would have been better.
Huh.
All right, go ahead.
12. That sucked.
Yeah, you try to weasel your way through and just hit it with the blunt end of your axe. Just boom.
Natural 20.
You're grappled. Still get advantage on your attacks.
It doesn't say anything about
I guess-
attacks. Just speed is reduced to 0.
True. Yeah. Okay. You hit him.
4. Oh, I get to re-roll that because I'm Great Weapon Master.
Sure.
So 17.
17. Okay.
I will use my second wind. It's a bonus action to heal, which is 10 plus 3. That's
All right.
heal 4. So I get that burning health back from just being grappled. All right.
All right. As you're grappled, the creature brings its head back, rears back as you're kind of stuck there now, nowhere to go. It drives its head down towards you and just his whole maw just engulfs you, Wolverine. You take a total of 43 points of damage.
I'm going to use my reaction for Stone's Endurance.
Okay. So what does that do? Reduce it? Half it?
2, 20,
Reduces it by a roll.
4.
Was that a crit? Did he
Wow,
crit for 43?
Two
No.
ones.
Oh.
Reduces it by 5.
All right. So
What was
that's
the
21 reduced to 5.
What was it?
It was 43 points. So you have
Five.
damage 21.
30. What? No, don't you reduce it first and then have it?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Well, you tell me. How's the stack work?
I don't know. We'll say you reduce it by 5 and then have it. Just go with that. See.
Well, it does matter because if you have it first, I'm getting extra. I'm getting extra from it.
All right, we're just real quick. We're gonna roll for it to see which one we do. We're not gonna have. We're gonna have it first, then -5.
Have it first. So 43. So 21. Then -5.
Yeah.
I'll find it in the player's handbook.
Perfect.
16 damage.
So you take 16 damage.
This is canon for this turn, though. I'm not changing it.
Yeah, and you feel the teeth, the thousands of little teeth of this creature just are pulling you into its esophagus. Next thing you know, you're being pulled by the muscles on the interior.
Oh,
You're being
gross.
swallowed. You've been swallowed by this creature, and the sudden kind of acidic esophagus pulls you in. You feel your skin burn even more. You take an additional 20 points of acid damage. As you now completely restrained, you are completely blinded, completely engulfed inside this creature.
Does this count as incapacitated?
You're restrained, so essentially, yeah.
All right, guys, you need to save my life.
So as a restrained creature, you speed attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage in dex saving throws.
I can still attack?
Could try, yeah. At which point, Zaya, you watch as Wolverine has now been engulfed by this creature.
Okay. And, yeah. So I'm gonna still try to use my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah! 10 points!
Okay, wow. Perfect.
Is that perfect? Like crawling on the ground and...
You chop off some of its limbs, but you can see in the esophagus, you see this big bulging thing as you see Wolverine being worked down into its belly section.
So bad. Okay. And I'm also going to cast a...
Where's the acid coming from if I'm not in his belly yet?
Everywhere, it's all in, just coats the inside of this Remharaz.
Oh, he's got heartburn.
Basically.
I'm gonna cast another... Well, I'm gonna cast a Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
This time.
What's the saving throw is Wisdom.
Yeah.
12 fails.
Yes. So it takes 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And has disadvantage on the next attack it makes before next turn.
Alright. Great. Lucius, you watch as one of your companions has now been swallowed by this creature and disappears.
Yeah,
I saw.
I'll just keep firing.
First one hits, the second one also hits, but it seems to hit a particular curious bulge in this creature.
Did you just hit Wolverine?
11 points of damage, okay.
+4 necrotic. 15
Alright.
total.
Yeah, perfect.
That's
Okay.
it.
Alright. Cortion, Romadar.
I'm gonna help out my bud. I'm gonna help him out. So I'm actually gonna run in there. So I got 30
Alright.
feet.
Alright.
Can I see him? Like, is he
Like-
reachable?
Wolverine?
Yeah, like, is he completely out of sight?
He's
swallowed
he's inside the creature. The creature swallowed Wolverine. It's like a snake.
Uh,
Inside.
You can see the lump though.
You
But,
see a
like,
lump.
he's in the esophagus. Can I reach into its mouth?
No, and the you think about it for a second, and you can maybe consider that this is probably not the best option. is now further down along the creature's body.
Also, I'm like 600 pounds. I don't think you can just reach in and lift me out.
No, I had a plan. And it relies on me being able to touch you.
Yeah, you the opportunity is
How
gone.
about you carve a hole inside him and
I
reach
don't have
in?
anything sharp. I've got my mace, and I could just hit you in the face.
Stop beating me!
So I think that plan is actually out the window. You are quite
Just
stuck in there.
prepare your revivify.
Yeah, I got you. I got you back when you you know,
And you're dead.
whatever comes out the other end.
When you kick the bucket.
As long as Corkion stays alive.
Sorry, I closed the game. But what do you do, Rogue? Corkion.
GG.
Oh man, everything requires me to touch you.
That's interesting.
So what I'll do? Stop it! Stop it! I cast silence and I just. So I'm going to. Yeah, that really bums me. Sorry, buddy, you're stuck in there. 2 seconds, friend. Okay, who's going after me? It's Rogadar. This won't help you. I'm gonna give you. I've got a Charlie horse.
It hurts so much.
So I can't heal you while you're inside of there. I think I need to be able to see you. Can everybody confirm that?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to be able to see him. It just says, although it does say within range. How do you guys feel about that?
It doesn't say a creature you can see within range. It just says a creature.
Spell usage?
Yeah.
It usually does specify C if it matters. So.
Yeah.
Which spell is it?
You're using like healing word?
I'm either gonna use aid again, or I'm gonna use healing word.
Healing word
you have
is
to
something you have to
see. 'Cause I was gonna do that as well.
Yeah.
And aid.
Yeah, that one you have to see. AIDS is within range.
Yeah, aid is within range. It doesn't specify visual sword.
I guess because you say it, but that's weird. You would think that. So word, healing word.
It's just kind of an aura that you present on yourself, kind of
Yeah.
emanates around. So yeah, would be in range. However, let me just make sure here.
However, what?
He is in total cover against attacks and other effects outside.
Counter.
Oh,
So I'm gonna say no.
clever.
Look at all this language battle.
I've got one more plan. No, damn it.
It's all wrong.
Okay, I've got one last plan. Let me just do a little bit of thinking here. Yeah, I've got an interesting one here. This might work out pretty cool.
All right.
Throw up.
Warbrain gone, really? Is he like crawling under the table?
Okay, so hoping that constitution ain't that healthy.
What do you got? What do you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna do blight. I'm going to the target. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. So if you go ahead and do that now.
Yep. 20 succeeds.
Against my what?
Spell saving throw. Spell saving DC.
Against your DC.
Just my DC. So you did 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that beats mine. So in the case that it failed to save, it was a D8 or half.
On a success.
Half as much as a successful one.
All right.
Cool.
So what's the damage?
Here we go. I'm just making sure that it doesn't take my modifiers.
Hmm?
I don't think it does. Cool. What was that about?
Oh, why? It's because
I
you
think
put
it's
bracket.
screwed up.
Yeah, you screwed up. Ooh.
That would have
So
been
half,
nice.
so half of that.
Yeah.
It's 14 points of damage.
It's all good.
And I'm going to stay where I am.
All right. Rogadar.
Cool. Same old. Attack him. Ooh, natural 20. Yay, that's fun.
Wow.
Then the second one's 11. Third one's a 26.
11 doesn't miss. Doesn't hit.
Okay, so the first one is going to be 25 points of damage, and I gain 13 temporary hit points.
Yeah, as you jab him in there, you might have hit Wes or Wolverine, but your glaive sucks in health, sucks in the blood, and you feel the force of your body.
And then another 10
Another 10
with
points
the
of
butt end
damage.
of my glaive.
And then you, Wolverine, you feel this just clunk against your noggin. Just, punk. At which point, Wolverine, it's your turn. First of all, you take a fire damage of 14. So 7 points of fire damage. You feel yourself burning inside of his esophagus.
It hasn't gone away. It still hurts. Okay. So I have disadvantage on attacks, but I'm going to recklessly attack, which gives me advantage, so it cancels that out.
Okay.
$11,
No, you can't quite weasel your way through, but second one.
22.
Press the sharp end of your axe and just start carving to the side of the
I'm trying
interior.
to just like slit its throat so I can like.
Oh, you're far down the throat. Yeah, I'll give a look at
Well, the whole thing is a worm. 13 damage,
All right.
and I am going to.
From the outside, the rest of you guys start seeing black ichor sputter out of this thing's mouth as something starts attacking from the inside.
Remember the old song, don't you put it in your mouth.
I get an action surge and attack one more time.
Okay.
Do I get 2? Attack twice whenever I take attack action on my turn. And action surge gives me another action. I attack twice.
Okay.
Natural 1.
You hurt yourself.
And 11. Oh, that's the
You
worst.
can't. Yeah, you let go of the axe for a second, and you just can't quite grab it. It's so confined in here, you aren't able to maneuver. At which point, Wolverine, you
Nice.
take an additional 20 points of acid damage.
How are you alive?
Not for much longer.
Half damage. Everything.
And it turns his attention towards who's going to attack? Saya?
Man.
Turns his attention to Rogadar. Comes down with a bite and begins to wrap himself around. Now, striking you to hit 29.
29 to hit.
Yeah,
So
doing.
close.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
You're immune to fire damage, right, Rogadar?
Well, it depends. Give me the breakdown of the damages, and I may decide.
Okay, 35 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 9 points of fire damage. As it now wraps its around.
Am I honestly going to use myself for anything else? Nah. I'll cast Absorb Elements.
Oh, nice.
So 35.
Oh, I just thought of something.
All right, 35 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled by this creature.
So 39 total.
All right, Zaya, you see your companions are now being swallowed and held. What do you do, Zaya?
Does it look like it's bleeding?
It looks
a lot?
like it's lost a lot of limbs. Its legs are twitching on the floor, on the grounds. It looks heavily wounded. It's spitting up black blood as something's carving from the inside of it. It looks heavily wounded.
Okay,
It
well,
won't withstand too much more.
so if I use my pipes to put it to sleep for
It'll stun it for one turn.
to stun it for if I attack it, it's still gonna right?
You'll knock it out of stun. I think
Okay.
stun.
So useless.
No.
Like it was too powerful before, but now it's
Well, it's useful for multiple targets. Creatures against it automatically have advantage attacks. Can't move. Creatures incapacitated. No, it's incapacitated. So it's just incapacitated until its next turn, I suppose.
I saw that.
All right. What's the thing?
DC
18 makes it.
So I'll still use my spiritual weapon on it.
Okay.
Wolverine has to reboot his computer.
Jeez.
I guess that.
Yep.
So nothing happened.
Okay, Lucian.
Okay,
Blast him.
how rough is this thing looking at this
It's looking terribly rough. Like it's on its last leg. It's on its last 500 legs.
point? No, but like legit, it's looking
Like
ripped up?
legit, it looks pretty bloodied. Yeah.
Okay, then I won't waste the thing that I was thinking of doing.
Like it's it'll take a few more. It looks like it take a beating, but it's looking pretty wounded.
Yeah, then I'm not gonna waste my other idea. I'm just gonna keep firing at it.
All right, go for it.
I might just figure let's finish this thing off. We'll worry about Wolverbane after it's dead.
All right. Yeah, it hits. That hits.
But
Yeah.
16, 19, 21 points of damage total.
Ooh. You blast 2 giant holes into the side of it. It screeches, and it barely keeps itself aloft. Cortion
A
and
little
Rogadar.
bit more, folks.
Cortion and Rogadar.
They
I
make
shout
it
to
all
Rogadar. Shout to Rogadar. Say, you got this, right?
Yeah, I got this.
And I blast him with guiding bolt.
All right.
That'll probably do it.
Not with that.
Maybe not.
Hey, did you use your,
What was that?
did you use your inspiration?
No. So you get a roll of what?
D8. Well, that's a 10.
No,
Great.
You truly believe in your heart that got this. So you kind of just make a flashy show of radiant energy and let Rogadar handle it.
Well, we'll see how this goes then.
All right, Rogadar, go for it.
25, natural 20, 19. So,
You'll stick with.
13.
You take 13 points of fire damage from the game.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, I will cast Absorb Elements
Okay.
to deal an extra 1d6 fire damage back to it as well.
Okay.
Then I deal 27, I regain 20 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And finally another 10.
What's your total damage?
So 50
50 points of damage while you're grappled?
while I'm grappled.
It only has you by the waist, allowing you to just have free reign of your upper body. You just start driving this glaive rapidly into the back of it, where it has you so much so that you begin to kind of pierce right through its hide, right through its skin. You basically sever it in half. The back end begins to loosely flail as the front end tries to keep itself up. It falls to the side. How do you want to do it, Rogadar? It lays
So
on hands.
I'm like held by the waist, right?
Yeah, it kind of lets you go, but the second the upper half is still writhing around, and it looks like it's gonna snatch at you.
Okay, so like I want to get my glaive jammed right behind its skull,
Perfect.
and as it's twirling me around, I just want to twist the glaive with me.
You hear this large crack, like it's stepping on a large beetle. You just
Ew.
and this black gooey green ichor just explodes out of its head like a pimple, and the creature falls to the ground. The 2 halves lay there, and the feet are just twitching as it by convulses.
And I absorb 20 of that for myself.
and Wolverbane takes 15 points of acid damage, as he's, however, still inside the creature.
But the creature is opened, right?
Yeah, he's restrained, still inside the creature, and he's somewhere in there. You guys can feel free to get him out.
We gotta get him out.
Yeah, sure.
Rogadar, we need your glaive.
Yeah, I start at the top and I start cutting down until I find Wolverbane.
Yeah. Let me see what his HP is.
Yeah,
Whoa, he was almost done. I would probably got 50 points of damage. Yeah, you get carving down. The heat, the scales that emanate the heat have subsided. You feel the heat dissipate as you now are able to get close to this creature without burning. And eventually, you cut a point where a heavy 600-pound creature just piles out and falls into the slump. Wolverbane is just covered in acid.
Ew. Wolverbane.
And the first thing I want to do is heal him up.
All right.
So I'm gonna hit him with some magic here.
Stupid hidden alcove.
I'm gonna use a second wind right now.
All right.
To heal myself 17.
So Wolverine takes 15 points of damage, and then we'll get your heals back. All right, cool. Well, that was interesting.
Cool. So with my temporary hit points, I'm over 100.
Oh wow.
All right, so
Over 100. How did that even work?
My hit points 84 right now,
Yeah,
and I
you
regained
got
20
20.
temporary hit points.
Oh,
crazy.
you have like double my
you
HP.
got 2 natural 20s there too. All right, so you guys scout around, look around. The creature has been destroyed, and you head back towards Rogue. I guess you continue toward the large great axe to the south.
Yeah, I passed by his little
I go
alcove
over there as
nest.
well.
alcove brood area.
Yeah.
Did he have anything going on in there?
I poke around.
Yeah, you find a lot of just remains of like wildlife that he's been feasting on. Make a perception check.
Can I go with him and do it help him or
Sure,
do
you
it
can
myself?
aid him.
I figure Wolverine's being helped by the healers over there.
Yeah, Wolverine he's wiping up all the black acid. You look through it. There's as a lot of adventuring parties do not come up this far. It's a lot of just wildlife bones, like goats.
This is 18,
Yetis.
right?
And you find one gold coin as a remembrance of this beautiful fight that you encountered.
Oh, cool.
Somehow he had coughed up a gold coin.
I store it away separately from my other gold coins.
Perfect. All right.
And then, yeah. Over to the Great Axe once Wolverine's better because you want to take a look at it.
Oh yeah, Wolverine. Cortian, you heal Wolverine's wounds. He's feeling a little stronger. He feels a little embarrassed that he got so close to death.
I help him up, and I'm gonna help him towards the great axe.
Sure. All right.
Even
Did
me and
you
my
only
weakness
heal him
stay.
6? Did you
Yeah, I
only
don't
give
want to
him
talk.
6?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Pretend that's
I don't
like
know
a
that.
really. That's a lot of.
I have
Lot
no
of-
idea.
All right.
I'm gone. I was looking at the anyways. I didn't see that at all. Random is the only one.
All right. You head towards the south, where this large great axe leans against the table. It looks like it was, left here by accident, or moved from the main chamber, but has been sitting here for some time. It looks quite large. It's a steel great axe made for a giant, and it weighs easily about 750 to 800 pounds. A lot of you probably could not lift it.
Nope.
Do we sense any magical presence coming from it?
You get the same sense that you got from the main chamber. All the other giants are holding weapons that are placed in their hands. You get the same sense that obviously you recognize that the deity of the frost giant was missing his weapon.
Mhm.
You get the sense that there's a connection. There's definitely an arcane presence coming from it. Nothing dangerous.
Okay.
I mean, Archstone can definitely carry it back.
So like,
Yeah.
I turn to Wolverine. You think we could carry it together?
I'm a little embarrassed at what just happened, so I need to redeem myself. I think we could drag it. And he kind of it's leaning up against the table, so all he has is just blade to hold on to. You guys take some time to kind of knock it over so it lands, so they can grab the hilt, and it lands with a crash to the ground. And Wolverine grabs the end of the hilt. You, Rogadar, kind of just put your arms around it. He says, "Are you ready? Let's heave this thing back." Or are you not helping me?
Oh, I'm helping. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to help?
I'm gonna bless him, and I'll bless
Alright.
these two.
All right, so they get additional 1d.
D4. Yeah.
All right, make a strength check.
Athletics or
Oh yeah, sorry, athletics. Right.
okay. 25, and I'm blessed. So additional D4.
Yeah.
Everything counts at this weight of things. So
Sprinkle a little
28.
Holy water on you.
28 and 20. All right, yeah. the two of you, Wolverine and Rogan, you put a little more effort into than Wolverine. He's a little wounded still. He's not looking too fresh. But
Here's
you
its own
guys,
stomach.
you guys start slowly dragging this large kind of streak along the ground as you scratch up the floor and the nice design carvings.
It's a good workout.
Yeah,
It feels good.
You make it about halfway to. You've got quite a far distance to go. You've got to move this thing. Let's see, about 300 feet to the door alone. It's exhausting. So you get about halfway before Wolverine turns to you and says, "Are you sure you want to drag it all the way?"
No, I'm not anymore.
Maybe.
It seemed like a fun idea.
Well, I think we proved to the other guys that we're actually pretty strong. Right, guys? We're strong, right?
And I bless him again.
I think Lucius and I'm just talking to Lucius. I'm not really.
Yeah, we're just like waiting until the point where they acknowledge any Harshnag's help.
Yeah, maybe, Rogadar, I don't know about you, if you're good to go, I will still keep going. I won't give up if you won't give up, but not saying that we need to
You know what?
call Harshnag or...
Let's
Alright,
save
Meg.
the rest we have for fighting the spiders later on.
Yeah, you know what, you're right,
That's a good idea.
that's great logic. No one will go against that. They have
Yeah.
nothing to say against that's right. Oh, good thing you have the brains here, Rogadar.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here until Harshnag comes now.
Alright, so what...
I'm gonna go help. I'm gonna help go get Harshnag.
Alright, so you guys wait for a few moments as Korton heads back to the chamber.
So the style of this weapon, we're pretty sure that it belongs to the Frost Giant, right?
Yeah, it's similar to like the kind of the great axe that Harshnag uses. Very Frost Giant style of
Okay.
cross weapon. Korton, you head back and you see, Harshnag is milling about in kind of solemn respect, and he sees you.
I say, Harshnag, you got a pair of hands that you can help us out with this thing, eh?
Yeah.
I want him to follow me.
He just nods and follows you. Taken aback by your southern accent. As he follows you to you guys, and as he approaches, he sees the axe. Wolverine is kind of, he lifts up the handle and says, "Harshnag, here, yeah, we loosened it for you," and just kind of holds it up over his head. Harshnag reaches down with one hand, just picks it up with ease. Just he tests the weights and turns it about. And just nods.
I want to ask, does it look familiar?
This axe belongs to Thrym.
Thrim's a
Thrym
yes.
in
Who's
the-
Thrym?
In
He
the
is
hall?
the deity of the Frost Giants. And he begins to head back towards the main chamber.
I follow behind him.
We follow.
Alright. I'll move you guys over. Ooh.
Beep beep.
Harshnag, you watch as Harshnag heads towards Thrym, the center northern Frost Giant deity. Takes the axe and just gently places it in the open hands of Thrym. And it just sits there naturally. And it makes it look like Thrym is holding the axe.
Well, do you guys think the other weapon that's missing is...
That was the only weapon missing. The rest of them are there.
I thought it was two. Oh, well, look at that. Now all of them have their own weapon. Maybe we had to do this crossing the... Anyway.
Does anything happen when he does it?
When he places it, you sense nothing happened.
Harshnag's
Well, you
complete
have to
though.
have faith.
It
I'm
looks
sure
definitely
some-
looks complete. Harshnag
Well, at
looks
least
satisfied.
we've.
Just give me one
Hopefully-
second. I'm gonna
Hopefully
be
that
back one
wins
second.
us. Hopefully that wins us some favor with the Allfather.
Yes. There's hope.
Well
Sounds
then,
like a
unless
battle's over.
anybody is particularly curious about the balcony behind us, perhaps we should continue onward.
Harshnag nods.
We have loitered enough here in the temple.
Loitered.
Yes.
Sure, okay, I guess it's time to cross the portal and die. Or so.
Now there's the famous optimism that we keep you around for.
Hey, I'm
And
very optimistic.
Lucius begins to approach the portal.
All right, you begin to approach the archway, and you recall there are 6 runes inlaid of mithril runes inlaid around the large runes.
Do we
kind
see
of,
through? Or
as you look at the portal, it's kind of like a bluish hazy storm almost that just emanates cloud the entrance of this archway. You can't really see beyond it.
Lucius goes right up to the portal, stands right in front of it,
Yeah.
and just puts out his hand and tries
Yeah.
to push against.
Your hand passes through this kind of arcane mist. You move your hand about and it feels warm.
There's no pain or anything though.
You know, it feels warm as it kind of emanates around your body, your arm, but you feel nothing other than that warm sensation.
Okay.
On we go.
Back. Recap. Am I dead?
Nope, you guys brought back the axe and placed it on the statue of, and now aim to go through the portal.
we didn't need.
Oh yes, Wolverine. You took additional 15 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And then you were healed by Cortion. 6 points or 9 points
9 points.
Really?
or 6 points.
What was it?
6. We'll confirm with the Joe when he gets back. So
Okay.
15 points of damage, 6 points of healing. All right, Lucius.
Lucius passes through the portal.
All right. Feeling no sense beyond Lucius, you walk headlong and strut with confidence as you bang your face against the stone wall. Step back a bit, back through the portal. Find yourself still in the same room with your friends as you smash into what appeared to be a wall on the other side.
So it's a portal with no exit.
So there's mist. So like we weren't able to see the wall because there's mist in front
Correct.
of it. Kind of thing.
It just this wall of mist that's unpenetrable by vision. As you entered it, you were kind of surrounded by it and kept walking forward, and
Can I
you hit a wall.
can I do a check on?
Sure.
I say, Harshnag, do you know how this portal works?
He says,
I'm back.
"Hey."
Hey.
Harshnag says, "I have never been in here before. I have never used this portal. I know not that it was built by giants, and thus used by giants."
I point up to the runes around the archway,
Hmm.
which I had read earlier,
Correct.
and I just kind of say to everybody, the runes on the archway. Each one of them represents one of the types of giants that you see here. They must surely have something to do with this portal for them to be decorating the archway over it. Does anybody have any ideas?
Are they glowing in any way? They're just kind of engraved.
They're just engraved with mithril. Very nice looking.
Are they placed same order as the?
Let me.
There
get that
wasn't
handy.
limited, right?
Yeah.
Archway runes.
Yeah, you should have you guys in your thing.
Yeah, it was in our journals.
Yeah. So Hog is. I mean, is there like a particular order in the way that they're placed? I don't know, either around the portal or that would be the same way as the runes.
It's
Do
not
they
particular-
correspond? Do they correspond to where the giants are right now?
Yeah.
The statues.
Let me see.
Also, can we move the runes?
Can we tell?
The wall?
Yeah, let me just see if it matches. There doesn't seem to be any sort of correlation by the positioning of the 6 deities and the runes themselves. Like right now, they're not in the same order.
And can we move the?
They're kind of inlaid inside the archway itself. If you could they seem to be solidly stuck in there. I mean, you could attempt to try to take one out if you wish, but they are built into the actual framework of the.
Should we attempt to pull one out? It's probably
I wouldn't. I don't think they.
not.
I personally don't think they do a whole lot. But I would like to know the one that was missing, the one that was missing its axe. Which one would that be on there? Can
So-
Harshnag say?
Harshnag, he's not really familiar with Lucius, who has the ability to read runes and interpret them. Sees these runes and kind of understands their what they say, and using Harshnag and Lucius's abilities combined, you find that the rune of Ild, stand by, the rune of Ise, I-S-E, the one in the bottom right corner, means in the giant language, ice.
Lucius, crack the code. And that was the one that was missing their axe.
You recall that Thrym, the deity of the frost giant, was
Missing the axe. But it doesn't line up with the names here. Where's Thrym on this? What do we expect?
Thrym
to
is
see that?
so you recall that Thrym is the name of the deity of the frost giant.
Oh.
Yes.
The sun.
These each represent the different types of giants, not the deities that those types worship.
Right.
Alright, so Rogar is gonna take a look at the statue of the Allfather and see if there's anything on that looks in correlation to the door.
Sure, make an investigation.
Because it's facing it.
Sure.
A 6.
Again, the face has not been carved. Black, covered by a cowl. Black flowing cloak covers his body. It kneels and looks towards the portal, but there seems to be nothing other than its beautiful handiwork.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Cortion, hey Cortion, do you think you can try to talk to the Allfather? Did you try that before?
No, I don't think we did. Knowing that there is an altar up ahead, or I think we learned there was something up ahead, like an oracle of some sort.
Yeah, but we can't get to it, right?
Until the portal, right?
Yeah.
So the portal's active, right? Is that the case?
Yeah, it's okay. Flowing. There's a mist in there.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to walk. Bad luck.
Whoa, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna do the same thing as Lucius. See if I can pass through my spirit that's more pure than Lucius.
All right. As you walk through,
The pure of heart can go through.
No,
you get lost in the mist.
so
It turns around you, and you're adamant that your heart of gold guides you through to the other side, and it guides you right to a stone wall.
So I walk back and I say, nope, stun Lucius is a problem. So hey, Cortion, want to try to talk to?
On the map, there appears to be like a glow emanating from the middle statue. Is that something that we've actually made note of, or is that just sort of
That's
disregard
just
that?
artwork.
Okay.
There's a lot of artwork stuff here. Aside from that, there's the statue just sits.
So I look at Cortion and wait.
Yeah, I think now's the time. I say to the team and to Harshnag. I think now's the time. I think we need to speak to Aemon.
Harshnag just looks at you.
I turn to Cortion and I say, well, that's what we brought you for, so get to it.
And
Okay, well, encourage him. Don't discourage him.
Cortion feels inspired by Lucius's attempt. And he asks Harshnag if he would join him in trying to commune with his god.
Hey, Cortion, do you speak giant?
I do not.
Oh well, that's great. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm hoping this guy speaks common, or at least Harshnag can translate for me.
Or
If we can get him
doesn't
to.
this new staff make something related to language, Lucius?
Charm
The
stuff.
staff of
Comprehend
charming?
language.
No.
I'm gonna charm Aemon.
Harshnag.
Oh yeah, it does let me comprehend languages, but
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine, but nobody's speaking giant right now.
That's true.
Harshnag looks at Cortion, reminds you that he's not a religious man, but he says, "I will do what you need me to do."
And I thank him, but I understand that this might be it's something that he hasn't done in a long time, commune with his god, but it might get us through this barrier. And this is where I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna kneel down. I put my cloak underneath my knees, and I look up at the statue, and I ask Harshnag to come next to me.
He follows you, and he takes off his white dragon helm, places beside him, and he lays his axe to the side as well as weapon. And he too kneels beside you, Court.
I place my shield and my mace in front of me, far enough away that it doesn't look like I'm threatening at all. And
But then you look up at the statue, which towers above you, and realize really not that threatening. This thing is huge. It's massive.
and I ask Harshnag if there's anything that he'd want to say before we talk to Amon. Is there anything that he'd be able to tell me about what he remembers of his god?
Harshnag just shakes his head and says, I have never spoken to my god.
Oh no.
I have never believed. Gods and deities. I believe in axe and blood. This may end poorly.
I'm questioning if I want this guy next to me now. Not the most devout man, I ask.
While he's doing that, I want to just make sure to keep stopping the.
Sure.
I want to keep looking at him, but also the
Sure.
statues.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out my my book and just hold it close to my chest. I'm gonna whisper a blessing to myself, and the giant next to me.
Okay.
And under my breath, I whisper to who I believe I'm hoping is Amon, somewhere within the statue, somewhere that can like channel my message to Amon, and I ask him to give us an audience for a brief moment.
Your thoughts and your prayers, you feel kind of emanate from your body as you are used to doing. And so you reach out towards the statue. There's a solemn silence that kind of befalls the chamber. You all hold your breath and wait. You don't feel a connection to this deity at all. There doesn't seem to be any sort of response directly from him. But in a brief moment, you suddenly hear kind of a grinding stone. And the rest of you watch as all the statues around them take their weapons and kind of hold them outwards with their hands.
Cool.
And you kind of get this as a message that's a symbol that the weapons are required of some sort. A clue of sorts. More of a test of Amon to ensure that you are true and that you really do seek him out.
I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I hold my weapon out. I put my mace in my hands and I hold my weapon out to him. And I poke at my giant friend and I say, "Come on."
He grabs his axe and he holds it out as well. Nothing else
Is there
happens.
any reaction? Okay.
No, you guys look like fools.
And I say, 90% of the time you look like a fool, but the 10% of the time that it works, you're a genius.
You stand up and brush yourself off as the statues remain, kind of presenting their weapons to you guys. They have lowered their hands and their weapons lay across their arms and palms.
There was a dude with a spear, right?
There was an iron mithril spear that you find on Memnor, the cloud deity.
I'm gonna mosey on over to that one.
They are still quite large, but okay, you head over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I ask Rogodar if he sees anything interesting.
Do I see anything interesting?
Yeah.
Aside from the mithril spear, are you just looking for interesting things?
I don't know, like this. They just held the spear out. I'm looking specifically at the spear, more or less.
Sure. Make an investigation.
14.
The spear looks well kept. Statue. It's well made. Other than that, it doesn't seem to just seems to be a giant spear.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to the closest one to me,
Sure.
which I guess could be any of them.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see what this guy's holding out. The guy to the top right.
Strongmouse, the storm giant, he reaches out with an adamantine, wow, that thing, trident. Adamantine trident. Kind of holds it downwards.
So a storm giant. He's a storm giant.
Yes,
And he's holding an adamantium trident.
correct.
I mean, that seems like that it's in the right place. Like, I was thinking maybe they were.
You
Yeah,
look
that's
around
awesome.
and you see that they all hold weapons relative to their own nature.
And they're
Yeah.
not.
A bone great club in the hands of Gorlantor, the hill giants. Stone boulder in the hands of the giants, the stone giants. You know, they're all in places where they're holding the correct items.
What's the Allfather's weapon?
Maybe we can't bring weapons into the room.
Yeah. Do you want to?
To
Do you want
offer
to try
Sure.
leaving your weapon
I'll
behind?
give it a go.
Offer our
So we
weapons
offer
to the
our weapons
Allfather?
to the Alpha.
I look like a fool doing it, but
I mean, yeah, I'll look like a fool doing it. Why not?
All right.
I go and leave my weapons set with the Allfather,
Okay.
and then I try walking through.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You try cautiously and you find a stone.
Okay.
Nope. Still looking like a fool.
Harshnag kind of is pondering with you guys and says, a temple of giants, made by giants. This is a...
Harsh-
Sorry.
Harshnag, do you? Oh no, after you.
I was having a epiphany.
Harshnag, can you walk through this portal?
Yeah,
I can try.
try.
And he attempts to go through.
But hey, if you go through, just come back.
Reaches his hand out because he's large. Immediately feels a stone wall and says, "No. A portal like this needs to be activated in some way."
Okay, I want to peek. I'm gonna walk over the other side, and I want to peek on the only areas that we haven't discovered. I want to look down this hall.
Sure. You see there's a kind of a portcullis that's drawn down, but it's big enough that you could probably fit through. And at least to...
See through like the other side here.
This is just a kind of hallway of ice.
Okay, I don't want to go there. I'll come back.
What's the deal with the
Do
cracks
the-
in the middle of?
Artwork.
Do
Okay,
the
can I?
do the weapons look like they can be turned or moved or positioned in any kind of way?
Well, now that the hands are open, they look like... You can't
Just
really...
take 'em.
You could take them off, or if you could lift them, take them off, place them however you wish. But you can definitely remove them. They've kind of presented them with open palms.
Okay. Harshnag, can you
Yes.
take the weapons and place them on the relative seal around the door?
You want me to take the weapon and...
I don't know. See
Touch.
if anything happens when it touches the different seals.
Very well. Which weapon and which seal?
Oh, good.
Lucius,
Oh.
you're gonna have to tell him what the
This is
symbols
fine.
mean, because I have no idea.
I'll guide whatever weapon he picks up first. I'll guide him to the correct rune.
He walks naturally to the deity of Thrym, the frost giant, and takes the axe that he is familiar with. And he walks back towards the portal with this large 800-pound axe and holds it. Now, what do you wish for me to do?
Strike it.
Yeah.
Let's
Hit
try
the symbol.
striking it.
He kind of looks at Lucius
Maybe
to,
just
to
touching it
guide him
first?
to strike it with his axe.
I. So you want him to strike? I thought you would just want
What
him
about just
Or
making
touch.
contact?
Touch, strike,
Yeah,
whatever he wants to
don't-
do.
Don't attack the archway. I feel
Very
like,
well.
I feel like that's a poor idea. Just simply touch the weapon to the rune, if anything.
That seems like a giant thing to do.
Which rune shall I touch, Lucius?
Yes.
Yes, please.
He kind of follows. You follow his gaze. He looks around. The rune of East is inlaid. He kneels, taking the great axe of Thrym, and gently places the blade upon the rune. Immediately the rune shines. All the runes begin to light up, and the mist begins to swirl rapidly before you guys. And in an instant, the mist disappears, revealing a room from beyond.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
There's a room beyond.
You see,
We can see it.
what it's like. It's not like the wall opened up. It's a portal, but you can see just a hazy view of a room beyond it. A hexagonal room with statues, well lit. Harshnag stands up and kind of puts the weapon down.
I say, hold on. If one of the weapons in one of the runes opened this portal to a particular place, I mean,
Yeah.
are there perhaps multiple locations accessible using the different weapons?
Yeah.
Or do you think that any one
That's
of the
what I was
6
thinking.
weapons simply activates the portal?
Try another one.
Yeah. Harshnag, would you mind grabbing?
The storm.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he heads towards the storm giant,
Oh, that's
grabs
so crazy, you know?
the adamantium trident, takes it off, and you guide him towards the rune of Uvar. So he follows your gaze and takes the trident and presses against Uvar, and immediately the portal closes back to a mist. He goes and takes the bone club from Glantor, the hill giants, and places it on Hog, and nothing happens. He takes some time to touch the weapons to the specific rune, but nothing else seems to appear to happen. The portal comes to a
And then
mist.
if he does the ice one again, it works though.
Yeah, he takes a frost weapon, places it back on ice, and the
Oh,
portal
because he's a
opens up.
frost giant. It's because he's a giant of that.
Well, the
type
axe was the weapon that had been moved already, right?
also.
Maybe that's just the only one that works.
But it's also the kind of giant that it is. The
That doesn't
giant
seem-
that we have matches that weapon. I don't know,
Harshnag nods, and he says, "I do feel a presence when I do it with the frost weapon. Perhaps it is I, because I am frost."
We need to go find Hoog again. What was her name? Hug? Ha?
Gah.
Ga. We need to find
Ga.
Ga. No, that's Chief. What was the other one? The last one
Oh,
that was
Moog.
nice. We need to find Moog! Moog will
The portal,
come back
as
to
he
that.
touches the back towards the rune of ice, the portal opens up again.
Wow.
Well, if it works, let's go through.
All right. Onward. And Lucius will once again just take charge and walk through.
Good thing we had a giant with
I
us.
glide behind.
I follow close behind.
You walk through and you feel the effects almost like a teleportation spell. You feel your soul just drive somewhere beyond this temple, somewhere you're not sure where, but you find yourself in a small room just beyond. Just 1 second.
Is this where we play the game and find ourselves on the map?
I'll pick you guys. Don't
Oh,
worry.
I'm actually.
I'll find.
Uh-huh.
You're just next door, but really you're not.
Oh!
You enter a room deep somewhere within the mountain. Beyond this, the thundering archways of the portal, you find yourself in a hexagonal chamber whose walls rise 50 feet and tapering to a 90-foot high peak. Standing in each corner of the room is a lifelike size statue of a giant holding up a heavy iron lantern, one arm raised. Each type of giant is represented: hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, and storm. Cold, magical light irradiates each lantern, illuminating a giant corpse lying on the floor beneath a shroud of frost in the middle of the room.
Oh, jeez.
Corpse looks like it has been here for some time, preserved. And next to its body rests a giant frost-covered morning star.
Hmm.
What's a morning star?
A mace.
With spikes.
Is there like a flail?
Sure. A
Oh.
flail.
Can
Shall we approach?
Self?
Can we get a peep on that body?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay, I want to do
You want to do it?
I
Well,
mean, we can both.
a whole bunch of people can do it.
Double percept.
The body is frozen. It is dead. It has been frozen for not too long, maybe about a couple weeks. It wears breastplate armor, and it has something clutched in its fist.
Ah.
Something that's not the Morning Star.
No, the Morning Star lies beside it.
Can we see, or is it
It's physical. Kind of.
Let's start approaching, or at least I'll go and approach.
All these statues are similar to the statues in the main room.
Yeah, you see one representative of each type of giants. Stonehill Frost.
They're smaller.
Is
than
it
nothing-
the deity though, or is it just
It's just no, it's not a deity. It's just of a giant.
right?
They're
And
it-
smaller statues than
Mhm.
the
Much smaller, yes.
And you
And
said.
it-
Go ahead.
Sorry. So the only thing in the middle of these statues, I mean, they're all pointing inwards, but the
Mhm.
only thing in the middle of the statues is the body. We don't see anything else on the floor.
It's the body that you can see from, unless you got a little closer, perhaps, to investigate the area.
I will begin cautiously approaching.
Sure.
I'm gonna take a quick look back at the archway. Are the same symbols on the inside as they were on the outside?
There are no symbols on the inside. You
Okay.
can have you have a phasey glimpse of statue of Amon in the main chamber.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is it? It's pretty bright in here. From the
It's illuminated only by the lanterns that let off a cold kind of flame.
The giants are holding something? They're holding something?
They're holding the lanterns outstretched in these lanterns.
These giants don't have weapons.
No. Rogadar or Lucius, as you get closer to the statue or to the thing in the center. I
Body.
guess you can make a perception check as well as you look around.
1 second.
Maybe it's like the oracles from Neverending Story, and if you go in the middle of them, all the lanterns will shoot lasers at you.
Oh, man. Hey, Wolverine, you have some crazy ideas. I should
know.
write these down for my next show. My next performance.
All right. There's definitely, yeah, Lucius. You see that in the center of the room is a large kind of circle that's been carved, sort of a kind of a 20-foot diameter. It's made of like a mithril inlaid circle, some sort of platform almost. There's definitely some sort of rune just emblazoned in the middle of it, but it's hard for you to see from here. It's coated in a little bit of ice. But there's a large rune that sits in the center of the room, and the body kind of partially covers it. It's hard for you to decipher what it is.
Okay. Is anybody going to examine what's in the body's hand already?
I think
I
we're the
recommend-
examination crew right here.
What, me
I'd
and you?
recommend Rogadar doing it.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I'm not walking.
I'll let you do that, and then I'm gonna. Well, I mean, let's see what happens.
So I approach the hand that's clenching the object.
All right.
Although the Morningstar looks kind of more interesting.
As you approach the body,
Oh.
ethereal ghost kind of protrudes out of the body. As you get closer, you notice that the body that's there is a giant of a cloud giant specifically. It forms out of the body of that you approach. Male, young cloud giants, not quite an adult, perhaps young adults. He says, body comes out. He says, "No, no! Why have you done this?" And then he looks a little shocked and looks at the rest of you and says, "Who are you?"
Well, my name's Rogadar. I'm traveling with these folks over here. Who are you?
"My name is Egeron. I'm a cloud giant." And he's out of breath, and you can see that almost, even in his ethereal form, there's a giant gash that leads from one side of his neck to the other side, like he has been lashed. He looks like he's in pain and says, "She betrayed me. We came to seek Amon's favor for the cloud giants. But she sacrificed me to speak to the Oracle. Where is she?" And he kind of starts to look a little angry.
Who sacrificed you? There's no one else here.
Another cloud giant. She weaved her way into my father's court. Lied to us. She said that we could find a way to elevate the cloud giants. But when we came, she killed me.
Who's your father?
His name is Blackothus. Blackothus.
What's his name?
I will write it for you.
Glugglus.
And who's the chick who betrayed him?
Lagafkas.
He says, I do not know her name. But my father sent me here with her. She had promised that she would help us guide the cloud giants to the top of the ordning. She said that she was some sort of seer, some commuter of the divine.
She was a cloud giant too?
Yes.
How long ago was this? If you
Two.
have a sense of time, I have no idea if you have a sense of time.
Perhaps 3 weeks. His body begins to fade as he disturbs his body, but he's kind of wandering around, lost. He begins to float around the room. Says, he just looks confused.
Any last wishes?
I kind of turn to the others. I say, how is his spirit still here? Why has his spirit not moved on?
No, but more importantly, like,
And can we catch it in a bottle?
what did she say? Like, what was her purpose? What did you understand from the ritual?
He begins floating around the room, like confused, trying to find a way out. It's stuck here. Just says, I don't know. I was dead. She killed me. She slit my throat. I need to go. I need to tell my father. And he just begins to like wander around aimlessly, floating around the room as his body begins to dissipate. And he disappears.
Is there still something in the hand?
The body remains, yeah.
I would like to see what's in the hand.
Sure. You pry open his cold, frozen fist. And there seems to be like an opal a nice large opal in his fist. And carved into the opal is a rune.
Cool.
So there's a rune under him, under the dead body, and in Opal.
Yeah, the opal has a rune. And now as you guys get closer to the body, you see that, again, there's a giant circle in the room. Between all these statues, there's like this ancient carving around it. And in the center, it's a large rune carved into the smack middle with a little bit of text around it. In a dwarven script.
Oh, a dwarven script.
I say, let me see that.
To the rune, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I go over to Lucius and I hand him this, knowing his proficiency with languages.
You hand him the opal. Sure.
Yeah.
You look, Lucius, and you see that the opal has Rune of Ild on it.
That's just the cloud
That's the
symbol.
That's the fire symbol.
Oh, the fire symbol.
Yeah.
But these were cloud giants. Strange.
And you, now that you're closer, you guys get close to the body. You see again a large rune right in the smack middle, Lucius. It says it's the rune that's a giant rune that says Kong, and laid around it is mithril text.
And what does the text say?
You look at the rune of Kong, and you know that it means it's the rune of King. It means king in the giant's ancient language. And the script around it says it's an ancient giant's phrase, an ancient giant's language written in dwarven script. It says, "Ask your question and know truth."
Okay, I turn to the others and I say, the spirit of the giant made mention of an oracle, and the runes surrounding this area seem to suggests that this chamber is a place where we can ask a question and learn some truth. The center rune seems to be representative of the word king. I am not sure how we should proceed.
So this stranger in the middle was given to the oracle or to the Allfather as a future king, probably like prince or something, or that's not related.
Why was the sacrifice needed?
Yeah.
I know, like there's so many questions. Answers.
Can I kneel next to the body and see if I can
Yeah,
get the ghost to come back?
sure.
Wait,
Or
I
somebody-
wait, should we
Somebody have to
think?
speak with dead?
Should we think
Yeah.
of like our questions?
I want to know what his questions would have been, or what his question would have been.
Sure.
And I whisper that under my breath, hoping that he'll come back.
All right, make a religion check. Although you don't have, yeah, you try to communicate. Although you've seen the spirit, it's still you feel its presence probably still around. Yeah, there's no response.
All my rolls are so bad. So there's no response. Yeah. So what would they have been here for? What question could we ask? Harshnag, is this familiar to you at all? You've ever seen this before?
No, but to commune with the Oracle is a powerful thing. I suppose these cloud giants sought answers of how to elevate its position in the ordning. His questions not help us here.
He didn't know the name of that giant, right?
No.
He just knew it was a female and she was a giant looking for power. We also don't know his name or his father's name.
We know
Harshnag.
Agron and Lager.
All right.
Lagathis.
Harshnag says,
What did you?
We are here to help solve this giant problem. This cloud giants is no concern of ours.
But why is he through the portal?
I know not why he was sacrificed to talk to.
So
Who
can
do
we
we-
talk to the oracle?
The betrayal is interesting, however.
Perhaps it
Means
was
that
a bit.
somebody was-
Sorry, go
It
ahead.
means that somebody was here recently,
Yeah.
presumably asked a question and then left. Which lines up with the fact that the frost weapon had been moved.
How long? So they've been here for like 3 weeks.
yeah, roughly.
How long have these giant troubles been going on?
Quite some time. Like
Like more than just 3 weeks.
Yeah, months.
Okay.
I say, Harshnag, typically it is the giant royalty that comes to speak with the Allfather, is it not?
Allfather will listen to any of his kin. I can
Harshnag.
speak on your behalf.
Mm-hmm. Harshnag, what question would you ask to know truth?
You all seek to stop the giant rampaging, as I do. I do it through fighting and bloodshed. Perhaps you need to come up with a question.
Ask how to
did
restore
all-
the ordering.
I don't believe
General.
that. I don't believe that. That is necessarily our path forward. We've been through this. We've discussed this already.
So DM, I'm.
But what we
I'm
have
sure
is
that-
an oracle that can give us the answer to any question we have. We just need
Sure.
to know how to.
What if
restore
the
ordering.
ordning can't be restored?
It will tell us.
I'm almost more curious. I'm more curious. Yeah, but then we have not. We've not
Then we at least know. Stop trying to restore it and just I don't know. Start a
We
war.
haven't been trying to restore it for like ages.
Michael.
I'm more
Can we-
curious.
Just remind me, King of Hekaton disparition not related to when the ordering has
You recall the order of events that the ordering was that Queen Neri was slaughtered, killed after the ordering was abolished,
That's correlated.
and then King Hekaton disappeared while searching for the killers of Queen Neri.
But so the death of Queen happened pretty much when the ordering fell.
Yeah, a little short time afterwards.
Okay, so that's a question to ask. We need to know about the Queen.
I'm more curious to know about why the Allfather broke the ordning in the first place.
No, but I mean, if the Queen was slaughtered, we don't know anything about that. However,
But
the
that
only
happened
information.
after the ordning fell.
But it happened pretty much around the same time. Therefore, we don't know if that was the source of everything else.
If the ordning fell
maybe.
first, it could have been any number of reasons. It could have been some giants trying to assert their superiority over the storm.
Okay, but can you
I mean, we could also ask
think it all
if
happened
Oracle.
at the same time, or that it definitely was death was a consequence of the ordning having fallen?
You don't know if the death was a consequence of the ordering fall.
Yeah,
you know
there's no
that
way.
death happened after the ordering had fell.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what happened after.
Yeah.
We want to know what happened. We want to
To the
know
ordning.
why this began in the first place.
Figure your question.
Yeah, like we need to what determine the falling of the ordning.
Because if the Allfather had a purpose for destroying the ordning in the first place,
We need to
it
know.
may give us some clue as to what we should do to fix this problem.
I agree. What was the source of the ordning this breaking apart?
Yeah.
But if we
Also-
have the chance to ask another question, I definitely want to know what happened to the Queen because that definitely made it worse.
Well, the queen died, so we could always ask where the king is.
Well, we don't even know where the Queen died. That would also help us. Because the fact that the Queen has died is the consequence of that is the king disappearing afterward. So it's all like snowball effect.
I'd also like to ask if Amon is even there. You know, does he even exist anymore?
And if
That's-
this is the place,
Maybe we only get one question.
I know.
And if this is the place where the giants come to commune with the Allfather, I mean, Harshnag, do you know if they always just ask questions of the Oracle, or do people speak with the Allfather directly?
The Oracle talks on behalf of Amon. We do not speak to him directly.
I see.
As far as
that-
I know.
That clarifies a lot. Well, personally, I think that the biggest question on my mind is why the Allfather decided to destroy the ordning in the first place.
Yes. But we don't know if the Allfather decided to break the ordning.
Right. Why
But
did
it's
the
our-
ordning get destroyed in the first place?
I mean, meta-wise, it's our understanding, if I recall, it's our understanding that the Allfather is the one who enforced the ordning in the first place, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so in order for that, like, the reason it's no longer enforced, like, the Allfather would have to either willingly drop it or somehow be forced to drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And therefore, I think the question should be, why did the ordning drop, rather than
Yes.
asking.
Sure.
Yes, I agree with
Why
that.
why was the ordning broken?
Harshnag looks at you and says,
Is this the question you want me to ask?
Do you guys all agree? Rogadar?
Yeah.
Wolfbane?
I'm
I
good
don't-
with that as a
Whatever. Majority
first
rule.
question. If we get more, we can decide.
Yes. Get more than one question.
Then that's our question.
alright.
Um,
Harshnag bellows out in the language of the giants. Why was the ordning abolished? And that's where we're going to end for the night.
No!
Unless
No!
you, it's Friday night, unless you guys want to keep going. I'll get going.
No.
I gotta go.
I'm falling asleep right now.
We have to wait 1 week to know why.
It's a good cliffhanger.
No, it gives
Yes.
Mike a week to come up with the answer.
No, I had a better cliffhanger, but we didn't get quite there, so.
I still want to know what happened to Queen because I don't know, Cordion. Like, just
Are we still on
Did
air
we-
right now?
We are.
did we even talk about that part of the story? To you?
Yeah.
Although
the-
it's
the-
been a
The king, I don't know actually if you guys told me that directly or if I knew it from watching beforehand, to be honest.
Because, like, I can assume that we just. But, like.
Well, we
We know-
traveled with Cortian for a few
Yeah.
days. I'm sure we talked.
Yeah.
Because we know that the queen liked small folk, and she would go out and actually, like, interact with. But then at some point, she was murdered. But
Dude.
we think it's by someone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
DM,
then. Sorry.
would it be common knowledge that the queen has died in whatever way and shortly
think
after?
It's not
what he
common.
felt?
It was not common knowledge. It's more like you were a giant scholar of sorts that kept up giant politics, and you probably know, but not the normal person would just probably not.
I know, just.
So I probably wouldn't know just by osmosis. I'd probably know from you guys telling me.
Yeah, because I unfortunately went there, everything. But anyways,
All
And,
right.
yeah.
Well, on that note, thanks for watching. Those of you who did, it's been a quiet night. About 1 to 2
Star Wars.
viewers max for most. Yeah, everybody's out seeing
It's
Star Wars.
Friday.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And it's Friday.
Totally understandable. But we should be on regular schedule Thursday next week, unless anybody has any reason right now why that would be the case. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We had cameras going in and out all night long. We've been having issues with Roll20. You know, what else is new?
What else? Yeah.
But thanks for watching anyways, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.